the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
Hello, stream. I'm Anyway, enough of that voice. Unless you want me to do the Smaug monologue, in which case I can as well. Where are we going? Window. So we're back, and I'm doing this as a live stream. I can hopefully see the chat window. And it should now be on clean voice. Yeah, that's cool. Otherwise you'll hear me talking like a dragon for the entire stream. So yeah, I'm going to record this as a live stream just so I can interact with some of you guys as I'm going through it. And then I can cut this up into separate episodes as I go. Hopefully we'll have no technical difficulties, because sometimes when I've streamed with the camera in the past it tends to freeze the camera, but we'll see how it goes. But so far so good. So we will warn you, I have not really played too much in the last couple of years, so there are lots of things that are probably going to be new to me. Obviously a lot has changed. We've got the brand new map of Ered Luin, which is new to me, but it's probably been in there for a couple of years, and I can't say I'm too fond of the new quest rings that seem to be even harder to spot than they used to be, but we'll see how we go from there. So we are currently level 15. We are in Noglond in Ered Luin. We've got a couple of little bits to do here. We've got our level 15 Minstrel quest to do. And then we've got to go on to Gondamon, as our quest suggests there. So hello to those of you who are in chat at the moment. It's good to see a couple of you guys here. Especially Lost Shire Hobbit. I really appreciate your comment the other day. Hope you're doing well. We've got one quest to pick up.
Moment of your time, too much to ask.
And I do have other voice mod sounds as well that I could maybe use at certain points. So we've got a
dragon which sounds evil.
And then we've got this squeaky little thing, which maybe could be used for Gollum. Liquid hot magma. That's one of the ones I use for my D&D streams. So what else we got? What is number 3?
Number 3 is like a troll. Deep and angry sounding. Then we have a more manly kind of sound.
And then a little bit of a weird woman one, which might sound a bit like an old woman, but we'll see how we go for that. Let's just change it back to normal. Otherwise I can just do my normal weird and wonderful voices. So, what have we got here? So, I think I know what's going on. There are some sprawling old ruins just southwest of here. I think the goblins have occupied those ruins. I'd be sorry to have to send a message up to Thorin's halls or off to Gondamon for help. I guess I'd feel like Vilfil must have. They would laugh and leave it lie. I wonder if you and some friends perhaps could deal with these goblins. It is a small fellowship quest. I'm just going to man mode it and hope that I'm not shit. It is only a level 7 quest. If you could raid their camp in those ruins and defeat their chieftain, I wouldn't have to ask for help from elsewhere. I'd gather some allies though. The camp is likely to be well guarded. Famous last words. So let's go in there. Hopefully we can just nuke them all as a minstrel. So that is going to be up in the ruins up here on the road to Sana. So fair warning, I'm probably going to be a massive noob in this, even though I haven't played in a couple of years besides logging in for bonuses and so forth. Should hopefully still muscle memory know my way around anyway. So we need to defeat 12 goblins. There should be plenty up in the camp. And the Blue Crag Chieftain, it should be right at the top, kind of behind that arch if I'm not mistaken. And while we're up there we also need to find a missing second gear, which I think is about halfway through the camp. So let's murder these and not get distracted by chat. One of the things I did do before I prepared for the stream, and mind some of these are actually grey because they're so low level now, which is good. I could sneak past them, but I can still get the quest progression from them. Might as well kill you. One shot? Come on. Oh, not quite one shot. Whoops. I did get myself some new armour from wherever we left off in the previous recording session. Couldn't be bothered too much with getting some new jewellery though. Shout in his face, and still going to be upstairs? Yeah, it'll be around the corner. Yeah, bear with me being a noob. Pass all these guys. But yeah, I've noticed, Eamon, that they've got all the the start regions have got new maps. I can't say I'm necessarily impressed with a lot of them. I do think some of these are quite hard to kind of see what's going on sometimes. I mean, it is kind of nice that it is proper artwork, because some of them were getting a bit dated. But like the Brie one, for example, it just seems to me to be a lot more cluttered than it used to be. It used to be a bit more distinctive about the different regions. I haven't actually done Wildwood as well, so that's probably going to be something I'm going to have to do at some point. And there's another one that they've announced, which I'm sure I talked about at some point in the LOTRO series, because they're going to do the angle of Myflifell, is it? Which is kind of south of the Troll Shores, but a bit west of what is in-game as Eregion. Actually, I didn't need these guys. Assume they're red, but thankfully they're only level 8. Shout in his face. There we go, that first somewhat of an overball, even though they're not too hard. Oh, hello. Are you a shard dropper? You're a named mob. I don't know where those guys are running off to. Bang. Devastating hit with only 39 damage. Wow. Great being a low level again, isn't it? Hard to see factor is a common problem, yeah, I can imagine so. I don't know if they've replaced any of the other maps going forward up to late game as well, because some of them were getting a bit dated. But full disclosure, in terms of where I've played up to end game wise, so the only character I was really sort of playing towards end game before I stopped playing LOTRO was my burglar. So she did play Minas Morgul when that came out, of which I was of half a mind to record that as I played through it, but I kind of ended up playing quite a lot of it with friends, so didn't end up doing that at the end. And the idea was maybe I would record that for my second playthrough, the second character going through the expansion, but I kind of fizzled out at that point. Just a bit of burnout for all different kind of reasons. Okay, this is the chieftain. Did I find the wheel? I did find the wheel. That's alright then. I can jump off. Yeah, cool. Should be right. Let's jump on a horse. Break the old horse's legs. Yep, keep up with good traditions. You should have seen the activating skill effect when they made changes to the toggle skill thing. Yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of that. You can kind of see that on my war speech, but it's less prominent than it used to be. I don't necessarily hate the animation, but yeah, it could be a bit better than it is. A bit more visible. Can see that being more annoying for some classes than others. Yeah. I'm sure there's loads of other little changes as well that I'm going to notice. I've seen we've got a travel to kinship members house now that we can use, since that gave me that when I logged in this character. Grimcool Stonebearer.
What is the meaning of this?
Ah, good work. I'm sorry I ever doubted Vifil, but who would have known that goblins would actually dare to enter the Vale of Frayne? All these rewards are probably going to be crap, so let's just go with one of them.
Dourhand's beard, won't you give me even a moment?
It is unthinkable that these goblins managed to sneak into the Vale of Frayne under my very beard. Well, there's nothing to do about it now but prepare for the worst. I need you to take the fetish you found to Bolly, captain of the guard in Gondamon to the east. You must know of the goblins' incursion from the valley into the Vale of Frayne. I've no doubt this is a sign of a larger threat. It always is. So grab that. The second gear, does that go to Gondamon? It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, it's up here. It's in Foreign's Hall. That's a bit annoying. Cheat mode. Save a bit of time. Not that we're under the clock. We're here for pretty much most of the evening until hopefully we finish the region. But we'll see how long it goes.
At your service.
Aye, this is it. Wait, does this actually fit anywhere? How about here? I'll work it out eventually. For now, we must find the other gears.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
we've got a third gear. I'm not sure how that second gear fits into this contraption. Well, it can't be that bad. There's literally only one gear in it. But that is not your concern. I need you to get out there and find that third gear. Third missing gear was placed in a chest hidden in Emin Hode, the old barrows of the Edain in Hord Lyn, northeast of Gondamon. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but it's said to be in the ruins of an ancient crypt. Why would it be? Be wary though, I've heard rumour that Barrow Wights roam those lands. So we can take that quest. We're going to cheat our way over to Gondamon. But shall we go do the Minstrel quest? Which should take us to the Prancing Pony in Brie, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. Yep.
Hello there.
So, a bit of activity in the chat. Hello, Maggie. Hey man, this is great. I had such a great time playing along with you watching on YouTube until I fizzled out myself. Everything after Moria was a letdown. Not because it was bad, but because Moria was such fun. I also played Moria way too much, so the letdown was too much. So did you play Moria for the first time recently or back in the day? Managed up to 68 though, but that was like chewing bricks. Yeah, so Moria used to be great back in the day when it was the cap. That was when I started playing. But they did the revamp, which made it a lot easier and it kind of made the quest flow kind of go a bit better. But it kind of lost a little bit of something with the difficulties. I don't hate Moria now, but I do remember the good old days of Moria when it first came out. First time in 2017, so odds are it was probably after they did the revamp. That was in 2 parts. I can't remember what year they did that, but I'm pretty sure it was before 2017. But yeah, Moria's good fun. There's a load of content in Moria. It wasn't always in there at launch. So you might hear people talking about Moria, kind of saying it is that, you know, the high point of LOTRO. They had all the instances, most of which didn't even come out live at the time. Most of the instance content came later in various updates. The raids didn't come later, so much like today. But then after Moria, you had the Mirkwood expansion, which comparatively for what you got in there did seem a lot less. But I would still argue to this day that the Mirkwood expansion area is probably the high point of the game, because all the stuff you could do at 65, you could still run the level 60 content. It was still pretty challenging, so you kind of had all of the Moria instances. It's like the 6/6 mans, the 3/3 mans, you had the raids, you had the level 65 content as well, so you had so much stuff that you could do at endgame that made life a lot more interesting. Whereas these days you tend to only just have like a couple of instances at endgame every time the cap gets raids. So yeah, the level 60 to 80 areas are long and tedious. It's true. I would say probably the majority of the stuff that I do enjoy doing is Moria and before it, which is why most of the stuff that we've done so far has been Moria and stuff before it. I don't know whether that's because I don't enjoy the stuff later on as much, or whether it's just kind of the nostalgia factor. But I could quite happily just repeat like the low game stuff over and over. But the newer stuff, I tend to not really want to repeat it as much. I mean, I do enjoy like the Rohan areas. Isengard isn't too bad, but it is. It certainly was a lot more linear because you kind of had to do everything. You couldn't sort of pick and mix what bits you do. But leveling's a lot easier these days. I'll just ignore the chat for a minute. Let's just read this quest text. So, welcome to the Pony Arena. If you come with your tails at the ready, you will find a hearty welcome from the people here. They love a good song, especially if it is full of jest and cheer. I have heard a whisper or two that might make for a fine song worthy of the room, and the singing of it could prove of use to you. So it shall be. You will run a small errand for me. You will write a song about the experience, and you will perform it for all of the pony. I will judge your performance and deem whether or not it should be rewarded. So we've got homework to do. The little folk of Brie are good, solid hobbits, but occasionally one of them gets into trouble. Such an occasion might be brewing, Aureen, for I have heard that Leland Underhill has gone looking for the hideout of the brigands that stole something precious of his. Find Leland, help him recover his stolen goods from the villains, and return to me with your tale of the experience. We will then see what the reaction of these good people will be to your account. Young Mr. Underhill can't have gotten very far yet. Look for him at the west gate of Brie Town. So, head out of the Prancing Pony. So, if you remember, Mr. Underhill is the name that Frodo gave when he arrived at the pony to check in when he arrived in Brie. Good to see I've got the old bug where I'm just constantly holding my loot. So, where were we in the chat? I kind of want to level again just to go there again, haha. But maybe keep going with my captain and experience, Rohan, Gondor and Mordor. I would say definitely carry on. I know some of the regions can be a bit tedious. These days there are quite a lot of... why have you got a quest?
Will you let me speak my
Oh,
piece?
that's fine. That's just the Brie quest.
What can I do for you?
Some of the regions can be tedious, but there's a lot of overlap with different regions, so you can kind of... if one doesn't appeal to you, you can kind of choose a different one. Obviously, if you have to buy quest packs, that does get a little bit more complicated. You're a minstrel, that's wonderful. I'm about to undertake a little adventure if you want to know the truth. Some no-good brigands stole something of mine and I'm going to their hideout to get it back. If you don't mind, I could use your help, because I'm going to make you do everything. If you want to write a song about our journey, so much the better. Let me know when you're ready and we can teach those villains a lesson. Right, so I'm calling it now. He's going to do nothing in this instance. I know what cave they're hiding in. This is a solo quest. So he's probably just going to say hello.
For some
You go
new
first.
material with which to compose a song, the minstrel Piper Prescott has recruited young blood to aid the hobbit Leland Underhill retrieve some goods stolen from him by the brigands encamped throughout Breeland.
Hopefully that
Good day.
voiceover is loud enough for you guys to hear. The man in charge of these brigands is called Holt Addison, and he can't get away with this. Decent folk shouldn't have to be worrying about their things being stolen. Keep track of what happens, Aureen, and maybe you can come up with a song that will stir the hearts of good folk, or warn villains such as these brigands not to stoop to crime. Okay, let's go. We need to teach these louts a lesson. Or a thing or two about decent manners. Okay, so he is actually going to participate in this. Although I'm trying to hit him, though, which is not good. Good old one-shots. Where are we? So, blah, blah, blah. Lost Shire Hobbits. You're about to hit Rohan on Cicero's Your Main. Also watching with your brothers currently as well. So hello to you and your brothers. So yeah, Rohan. I do enjoy Rohan. I know some people don't like it. I think the main reason people cite for not liking it is the War Steed, which I can totally understand, because with the lag it can be a little bit weird. And sometimes you can rubber band, you can think you're driving out in the field, and then you can discover that if you come to a complete stop, you actually rubber band back into town and you're stuck on a wall somewhere. I was just about to cook that roast Holt, so he stole his dinner. I remember this now. It belongs to me now, and no puny fellow like you can get it back. That's what you think? You've got it, boss. Get him. One shot. No, not one shot. Close, though. 2 shots. I stole it fair and square, and you can't have it back. Yes, I can. I'm going to shout in your face. It wasn't quite one shot, but I've stunned you, so... I can't believe I was beaten by hobbits. Yeah, you weren't. You were beaten by me, because he probably did nothing, though. So yeah, Rohan I do enjoy. It's quite nice. The expansion it's such a vast area you can kind of quest through. I do like the way they've designed you know, the kind of look and feel of Rohan. It's very appropriate. Are you fighting all of them? Is there someone behind me? No? There we go.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Just let me carve up the roast and then we'll be off. Let me know when you're ready to go. There we go. So we're going to write a lovely tale about Leland's chicken, or whatever that was. Head back into town. Yeah, I would say Rohan's definitely one of my favourite areas. Whoa, rubber band there. Warrior's definitely great back in the day. I can't remember what I said was my top 5 regions in my top 5 region video, but definitely Rohan was on there and Moria, and I think I struggled to put them 1 and 2, but I went with Moria in the end. Gondor, some regions are better than others. Some are a bit more light on the questing and kind of a bit more spread out, and that others are a lot more interesting. Depending on what sort of things you like, you might
How can I be of service?
you might prefer like questing in Minister if it's a lot of running around upstairs, downstairs on the various levels, so that can be tedious for some folk.
What can I do for you?
The brigands stole Leland Underhill's lunch. Oh, that's too much. How very like a hobbit, getting all worked up about his meal. I've written down the tale exactly as you told me, Aureen. Here you go. Don't mind the smudges, they're your words, so you should be able to make them out well enough. Now jump up on one of the 3 tables in this corner of the pony and sing the song. Let's see if your audience thinks what your audience thinks of the tale of Leland's lunch. Any of the tables, one of these should do. There we go. I'm not going to improvise some lyrics for this, as much as you might want me to. There we go. Audience reaction is overwhelmingly positive.
I be of service?
Well done, Aureen, well done. It is obvious that your song has been well received by the company, and I dare say you have learned a valuable lesson. Though you are a minstrel, you cannot merely observe the actions of others. You are an active participant, Aureen. The bravery of Leland Underhill may be remembered by this company, but you and I will not forget that you too faced the brigands with him, and did most of the work, let's be fair. And their blows were directed not only at the subject of the minstrel's song, but at the minstrel as well. You're going to need something sturdy to protect yourself with if you're going to be in the thick of things from now on, Aureen. You had better get used to it. So I get the title Song Warrior, and I get a one-handed club, which, to be fair, actually, is a much better in terms of DPS, an extra 8 DPS, but it looks horrible. So I might just stick with what I've got. And ding, level 16. Your festival. We're going to have the old festival quest pop up every time I level up now. And let's map to Gondamon. So where are we? So Eamon, 110 plus is just running and kill X quests. Yeah, it does feel a bit repetitive at the higher levels. Not gonna lie. Some regions are definitely better than others. But I haven't tried any of the Free Peaks or the Gundabad stuff yet, so no idea what that's going to be like. My highest character is 130, I think it is. I think that's right. And then I think Free Peaks didn't increase the level cap, so it stayed 130, and I think it's now 140 with Gundabad. Mikey Chrissy, yeah, I've never caught up at endgame, haha. It's mostly solo play for me, which I like. This is just a big adventure for me. So yeah, I would say it's definitely all about the journey rather than the rush to get to endgame. That's definitely the one thing that's kind of good in LOTRO's favour. You know, you can just take as long as you like, just savour the journey as you kind of level up, and get there when you get there. Really, that's one of the things I hate about the endgame currently, is the grind, which is kind of one of the reasons why I ended up quitting LOTRO, because every couple of months you've got a new gear grind just to replace old gear, and it's a pain in the backside. Whereas to compare it to something else, and I know I always compare it to Guild Wars 2, but at least with Guild Wars 2 you can kind of build up your gear to a decent enough state. You can go away for a year or two, come back, and then you haven't fallen behind. You're still effective. So it works a lot better as a more casual MMO. Whereas trying to be competitive in most MMOs at endgame, you constantly need to be playing it, and it's like a full-time job, and it's just not fun. So you restored the water flow. Why it's not flowing nearly enough at all? You may have cleared some of the problems over at Norglond, but there must be something else blocking the flow around here.
Might you lend me an ear?
The goblins in these hills are causing us no end of grief. They've blocked off the river with debris and slowed the flow to a trickle. And what water exists is fouled by their presence. I can send a crew to remove the debris, but I need someone with a stout heart and strong sword arm to clear out some of the goblins. I can't afford to lose any workers, what with the Dourhands to contend with. You can find the canal west of here, just past the hills. The goblins have a camp west of their makeshift dam. So more goblin murdering. There's going to be a ton of quests to pick up in here. So yeah, just to give you an idea where we are, we're at Gondamon, the kind of central settlement. So if you started the game as an elf or a high elf, after you intro it, you can start down the bottom in Kellendim and you kind of work your way northwards and kind of end up at Gondamon in the middle. If you're a dwarf, you kind of start at the west and come down. So if memory serves, we kind of did a lot of the elf stuff at the start and then went off to Thorin's Hall to do the other side, kind of meeting up in the middle. So what else we got in chat? Eamon, yep, Rohan was great design-wise. Quests and lag-wise is a different story. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain with the lag for driving your war steed. I think the quests weren't that bad in my opinion. I quite enjoyed them. There's a bit of variety in there at least. With some of the quest design, if you had quests that you had to use your war steed for, though, I can totally understand why that bugs you no end. So, warming the garrison. The wind coming down from the mountains makes my bones ache year-round, but even the younger sentries feel the chill when the days grow short. We could use more pelts to make blankets and clothing in preparation for the coming winter. There is no shortage of wolves prowling the wilds, especially to the west. I expect you will have no difficulty obtaining some furs for me. Wolves are vile creatures, but at least their fur is warm.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Have a drink. The hunters who have been plying the forest north of Gondamon have come to me with stories of being threatened or even attacked by those backstabbing Dourhand brigands. If you're of a mind to lend us a hand, you could head out there and deal with the treacherous Finbeards. They need to learn not to meddle with the hunters of Gondamon. Dourhands have built a small camp to the north of here, in the hills somewhere. You will find plenty of heads to break there, I'd warrant. So we're going to murder some Dourhand dwarves.
Greetings, traveller. Will you stay a moment?
Our huntsmen are skilled, but this year's hunt has proven particularly difficult, what with the cold and the wretched Dourhands. I have found myself short of supplies for the coming winter. You can help us by bringing in some bear meat, not boar meat. There are plenty of bears in the wilds around Gondamon, especially to the north. We will preserve and store the meat for the coming months. Where are we going next? Upstairs. Couple more around. So this elf lady.
Sweet-eyed Malon, will you stay a moment?
If wights stir the bones of the ancient Dane, then an evil has arisen in these mountains, which we should all fear. The fell spirits that stir the bones of the dead are servants of Angmar, of the Witch King of old, and the Shadow in the east. I must ask you to seek out this evil and put whatever end you may to it before its darkness spreads. Take this elfstone to Glamour. He dwells now in the ruins to the northeast of Gondamon at the southern end of the Grimwater. Where's the other one? Got a crafting quest.
Stay a moment, friend.
So if you don't remember, these are ones where we just have to either gather some stuff or craft some stuff. But they're usually scattered around the low-level starter regions just to introduce you to some crafting and gathering. If we are to defeat the goblins of the Raftereg and the sneaking Dourhands that even now remain in the hidden corners of the Blue Mountains, we'll need to make better use of the resources we have available. The wild lands around Gondamon are a bounty of such resources, but if we don't make full use of them, we might as well be giving them to the goblins. If you know a scholar of some skill, I would have him prepare for me some minor metalsmithing lore and some minor woodworking lore. Armed with these, I can surely prepare a plan for better using what we have. I will pay you for your efforts, of course. So do that. I think there's a couple up to the east. Grab a couple of them, and then that should be time to go out of the town.
I am at your service.
You carry with you a fetish of the Blue Crag Goblin tribes. It's clear that the vile creatures are on the move and intend to launch an offensive against the Vale of Frayne. Troubling news, to be sure. We must crush the Goblin forces before they become an even greater threat. Their presence in the Vale is a festering blight on the land, and if we don't stop it now, it will spread like a shadow across the land. Let's go for some health. And then we've got a couple more.
Lend me an ear?
You've done good, Aureen, but there's a whole wide world out there for you to explore. And if you want to start somewhere, Brie Town is as good a place as any to start. Go east until the Blue Mountains are far behind. It's a long journey to be sure, so pack plenty of supplies. The Shire folk may be able to offer you assistance on your travels. When you arrive in Brie, be sure to seek out the mayor of the town. If there's work to be found, he'll know where to find it. And
Will
lastly,
you help me?
Stranger, please tarry and hear my plea. My brother Gele Goldentum was a great warrior. curse my treacherous tongue. I should say he is a great warrior, but I fear for his life. Though he is a doughty fighter, Gerir longs for peace. Even against the advice of our elders in Forin's Hall, he felt that there must be a way to come to some sort of understanding with the Dourhands. So he and some companions set out for the great Dourhand encampment north of Gondamon. I think he went to the westernmost of the camps, the larger one. He did not return from his mission. Please seek him out, and if he is slain, return to me with the news so we may seek revenge on his murderers. You will know my brother easily by his gleaming shield, a great heirloom of our family. So do that, and mount up, come on. And let's get this underway. So we're going to have quite a few to the north. So the Dourhand camp is up here. I think this is the whites in this direction. And it was telling us about wolves at some point, but the wolves are normally used to farm over here. Maybe that's dropped off the quest tracker. So we don't need Gondamon to Brie Town. That's just the vector quest to take us to the Brie land map once we hit level 15, because that's a more level appropriate region. Ered Luin is more about the level 1 to 15 experience. There's some wolves over here. So let's see how many of these guys we have to kill. So if you do need Wolf Slayer of Ered Luin, this area on this hill is not a bad place to do it. It's not the best, like it's not a great place, but there's not really too many good spots to farm wolves. So running around here is your best bet. Brie, you're not a wolf, but I'll kill you anyway. These are bats, so there's no bat slayer in Ered Luin that I can remember. We definitely have a Crebain slayer though. Best place to get the Crebain is down in the docks on the east side of Ered Luin. Remember that much. There we go, that's the last one we need there. So let's mount up. Take that off the quest tracker. And put something else on there. That's 5. Yeah, that'll do. Actually, we can take the crafting one off because we're not going to craft anytime soon. And put clear the way on. Oh, so what is? I'll clear the ways down in the valley to the south. Might come back and do that afterwards. Hey Midiog. So we need a bear. Dismount. Come on. Don't know what that lag's about. Why did that not give me any bear meat? Dourhand warrior dead. I can't remember actually what craft I've set Aurine to. I think she's historian. She is. Just because I made her a historian just purely because she's a high elf. And has lived for many years since you haven't done the high elf intro. You kind of start in the second age at the last alliance of elves and men when Sauron was originally defeated. So she's lived for a great many years. So I can get scholar nodes, but I can't farm wood or ore, which is the thing I do hate about historians, is that you can't just kind of gather stuff as you're walking around. Because wood and ore nodes being the most common, you can't actually do anything with it. Hey Shohan, and yes, we're back. Hopefully to finish Ered Luin tonight, and if we do, maybe do a little bit more. We'll see how we get on. I can't remember how much we did on the east side, but in theory I think we were up to Gondamon from the questing on the east side. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot as well. You can't harm neutral animals as an elf. Because you're a tree-hugging hippie and you love the animals. But evil animals like that bear, we don't care. We'll quite happily murder them and eat them. And bats are servants of the enemy, so screw them. Do we need any more bears? We still need 2 more. So new deeds, scouting the Dourhands. We have to find the places of the Dourhands in Ered Luin. So this is one of them, ringed out. Lost Shire Hobbit. You're on episode 30 again. Is this the 4th or the 5th watch through? And I can't believe you've watched them that many times. I mean, I don't know how many hours that is, but that's got to be comparable to like at least 10 seasons of like a, 45-minute episode TV show or something like that. So I commend you for your efforts in watching it that many times. Most people don't get through to the end on one. Honk. There we go. Right, so what are we doing? We're picking Dourhand warriors and sturdy Dourhands. Okay, so just murder all these guys because they're all ones that I need. Quick go up and give it a nasty shout. There we go. That wasn't my wee one though. I should probably have a look as well since I got a level up if I have a trait point. Where are they? So no, it's the odd levels that I get my trait points then. Let's loot this chest. I spit on your grave, Longbeard. I'm not a Longbeard, I'm an elf. Nice try. You think it's the 5th time if you're being honest. Jesus Christ. Oh, broken leg. Luckily, I'm a range class, so I can just sit here and shoot you all while my legs heal. There we go, that's our sturdy Dourhands. Hello there. I can see an elf hiding in a bush. Watch where you tread, these dwarves are up to no good.
How can I be of service?
Are you here to help me? My friend Atherfell was taken by goblins, and I followed them to this encampment of dwarves. They are holding him high up in the cliffs that divide the lowlands from western Hord Lyn. I tried to free him, but there were too many. The dwarves pursued me here, and I doubt not. It is too late. They have come. Prepare yourself. They are almost upon us. They're not, but I'm going to pull some more dudes because I've just seen this guy's a shard dropper. So I'll quickly murder him. I probably should be making sure they don't kill you as well. Let's just shank this guy in the back. There are more dwarves on the way. Be ready. You need healing? Not really. I could heal you, I suppose. Be the honourable thing to do. There they are. Get them. I do like when the high elves do their cries. They start invoking all the elvish. It's a lot of fun. I can make it out from here. Remember what I told you. Yeah, go do your job for you. What do we got? Not counting the instance episodes, like 1,000 hours easily. What would that be? That'd probably be... I know some of them are a lot longer than others. I did kind of settle into trying to get them around about the 20-minute mark because I feel like that's a sizable chunk of watching without getting too cumbersome. You can watch those easily enough whenever you've got some time to spare. Some of the longer ones where it's like an hour long, it can be a bit tedious to watch, and it's the same with the streams as well. I know a lot of people aren't too keen on watching streams because you might have to dedicate an hour of your time or have an evening spare or something. Some people just like to stick it on another screen or just off to the side or just listen in as a podcast, which is all great, but other people just don't like having to watch something that's several hours long, even if they just come back to it and kind of, tackle it in their own 20-minute segments. Which is why I kind of wanted to settle into this and kind of do something a little bit different. So I'm recording this as a stream so that I can interact with you guys, just have a little bit of a chat, and it also gives me some things to respond to and talk about without having to talk constantly for the entire duration of an episode. That being said, I'm talking constantly for several hours now instead of in 20-minute segments. But yeah, just it's a bit of a different change of pace, and I can edit the stream up into little segments, just for those that might not want to watch the streams or couldn't make the streams, and they can just watch as regular episodes at their own leisure. And if this goes to plan, then in theory, what will happen is I might end up recording the majority of a region all kind of, not necessarily in one go, but maybe across like several streams in quick succession, and then slowly release those episodes, you know, over a month or however long it takes to kind of do that. And then if needs be, I can have like little mini breaks between different regions without burning myself out and needing to record a lot of stuff on a regular basis.
Melon.
Greetings, High Elf. I receive few visitors here at my home of old, but I'm sure you did not come to listen to tales of yore. What brings you to these wasting halls? You say that evil wights roam the barrows to the northeast of my home? It is indeed well that Galfin sent you to me, and with the Elfstone, I have a task for you if you're willing. Okay. I've finished now. But you don't actually have a task for me. Maybe I've already done the follow-up quest when I did the eastern side of stuff in the elf questing. I feel like I probably did, but it's been too long. Bears, do we need bears? Yes, we do. Let's murder this bear then. Yeah, I'm hoping if I sit down and record these as streams then, so it might be, you know, I do a couple of streams over, I don't know, a couple of weeks. I can casually then release the content that's been recorded, and then it means I don't have to sit down and record constantly every week, because with real life getting busy in that, it's finding the time to sit down and record several episodes a week, and you kind of feel rushed that you kind of have to carve out some time, and you know, it might only be 20 minutes of actual episode time, but having to sit down and record and that was a bit more of a pain in the backside. And before as well, I was having to like set up my green screen that I was using for recording Ered Luin previously, and my light box and stuff. But at the minute, what I've actually got is like a virtual camera, so it's actually putting in a green screen behind me. Although you can't really tell. If I move my fingers about quite a lot, you can kind of see it's going a bit fluffy around the edges. But otherwise, I think the quality of this is better. So it's great because it means I don't have to worry about having to set up that stuff, and if there's room to set it up. Because the computer room where I am is just the spare guest bedroom, so can be a bit cluttered in here at times as well. Where are we going? Blue Crags, Spoilers, Novices and Trappers. They're all to the south by the looks of it. So, take those ones off the tracker. But yeah, with this virtual camera, it just means that literally I can just whack it on and just record away to my heart's content. So, Lost Shy Hobbit says, those instances and group skirmishes are chaos. I love them. Yes, so a lot of the stuff that we did back in the day with the Rangers was definitely chaotic, often intentionally so. We're going this way. Because everyone's just generally trying to troll each other and Leroy pull everything, and I mean, we've done loads of stupid stuff in the day. Whether it's like pulling everything in Khan Dum or like tanking the Watcher with Burglar and stuff like that. There's all sorts of silly stuff. Sadly, like most of the guys have kind of stopped playing LOTRO. Everyone's kind of got burnt out in their own time, so there's only a couple of the guys keeping the lights on in the Rangers kin house. Actually, I've gone too far. I thought we had to go down the road, but maybe not. Oh, it's up here. Okay. I'm thinking of a different quest where we have to like clear barricades and stuff, I think. Or is it this one? Wait, murder these guys. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if I wanted to try and get some guys for endgame content, I could probably do that. But on lower levels, it's probably going to be a bit too much hassle unless I got a pickup group. But trying to do pub groups while streaming can be interesting. At the best of times. Need 2 more spoilers. There's one. Screaming in your face. You're all trappers. You're a novice, trapper, spoiler. Bonk him on the head. Let's pull the other one. Scream at you as well, then. And then we can mount up and head off. So we've still got to find the other places of the Dourhand. So we've got the Spire of Celidor. So Celidor is the docks. I think the Spire is out at the far end of the docks on the east side, but it's literally a great big huge spire. You can miss it. Or is it the one that's actually up the hill? No, it can't be. We've been up that way. We've got the Grim Water, which I'm pretty sure is this lake over here. And Celidor Docks, which is literally the area that's called Celidor. So they're all easy enough to find. Right, hand in all these quests then.
Well met.
The dwarves of Gondamon will be grateful for these pelts when winter arrives, Aureen. Thank you.
I am at your service.
Someone's just fell out the sky. It's raining elves and dwarves. Good. That should teach the Dourhands a little lesson. You have done us a fair favour, Aureen, and helped ensure that Gondamon remains secure over the coming winter months. Let me see if I can find some suitable reward for you. None of those are suitable for me.
I am at your service.
Thank you for bringing in this bear meat. I will see that it is properly sorted and stored for the winter months. I'll be honest, those bears didn't look particularly healthy when I was killing them. So I'm not sure how tasty that's going to be. It's going to be a very tough jerky, I think. Is it safe for my work crews? Excellent. I wouldn't send my lads out with all those goblins around. We need all the guards here to protect us from those cursed Dourhands in case they attack. And then we've got Galefin up here.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Avafau is being held in that encampment after all. You have done well, Aureen, but this confirms the fears of Master Dourhand. The dwarves are indeed behind the capture of Avafau. The time has come to confront Maffy Stouthand, Lord of Gondamon, with this news. If he will not command his dwarves to release Avafau, then my time as emissary is over. There will be war. That shirt is not as good as what I've got.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
So we've got the prologue quest. Maffy looks to me in this. Maffy looked me in the eye this very morning and swore that the dwarves were proud to have the elves of Dourhand as neighbours. Such dishonesty, and right to my face. I thought he was truer than that, but I should have known better. No dwarf can be trusted when you have works of art or history that he desires to possess. Go to Maffy Stouthand and demand that he order his dwarves to release Avafau. If he wants war, he shall have it. You must tell him this. I do not trust myself to speak to one so dishonest without striking him. You will find Maffy on the upper levels of Gondamon. Make haste! We have need to return at once to Dourhand to prepare for war. So the elves and dwarves are not getting along too nicely. So head up the east side. Is he around here? Or is he literally upstairs? Go right upstairs and talk to Maffy.
Greetings.
Hold your accusations, High Elf. My people are not responsible for your missing prince. I am offended by both the accusation and by your tone. Your elf prince is being held in the encampment to the north? Ah yes, that explains a great deal. You see, my people are Longbeards, an honourable family descended from Durin, the first father of the dwarves. The dwarf camp to the north has been a constant annoyance to me and my folk. It was established by Dourhands, a thoroughly unwholesome family of dwarves who trace their ancestry to the evil Skorgrim Dourhand. Dwarves may have taken Avafau, true, but not my dwarves. The Dourhands are to blame, and they are as much a thorn in my side as they are in yours. So finish that.
Come and stay a moment.
Your people wouldn't understand the difference between Durin's folk and the Dourhands. If my dwarves attempt to rescue the elf prince and fail, you elves might assume that we and the Dourhands are in league. Then what? War between the dwarves and the elves? No, that cannot be allowed to happen. What we need is someone trusted by elves and dwarves alike to this attempt. There is a man, a ranger out in the wilds to the east. who has assisted both of our kindreds at sundry times. He is masterful in the art of hunting and stealth. Seek the ranger Langlas at the Hunter's Lodge to the east of here. I only hope he will accept this responsibility. And he should. And if memory serves, he is one of the many rangers that comes with us during Volume 3 of the epic story as well. So, do we have any other quests now? Quest tracker at the moment? Sundered Shield. Third gear. What's this one? Dented armour to Brie. Every time I miss, that's probably going to be back in 4 and 2, unfortunately. Scouting the Dourhands, we can remove that. Let's go north then first. And seek out Geli Golden Ton or any sign of his passing. So we're going up the hill to the camp we were in previously. So I probably could have done this the last time I was in here, but oh well. I don't know if we need to be up on the hill or whether we're fine in the valley. We'll soon find out. Let's just aggro all these guys. If they follow me all the way, fine, I'll kill them. I shouldn't be able to overpull, touch wood. So, what are we looking for? Something around here. Actually, it should be. Maybe on top of the bridge. Quiet, they must not see me. Oh, there we go. There it is. Dourhand Chief. Completed Brigand Slayer, so the Dourhands count as brigands, that's good. Yeah, if you need Brigand or Dourhand Slayers, these places in the north or Caledal Docks is a good place to do it. Caledal is also good for the Crabones as well if you need to do that at the same time. Find the missing gear to the east. So we're going to have to go south, go back around to the lake, and that should also tick off our deed for finding the Grimwater. So we'll see how that goes. They love throwing their axes, didn't they? So around the corner we go. And then it's actually behind the lake up in the mountains. We just come over here. Can hopefully get that little flag added to our map. Oh, rubber banding a bit. Come on. I'm going to have to walk right up to the gate, aren't I? Oh, what's happened there? There we go. Discovered the Grimwater. That's now tagged on our map. Is it going to be literally up the top? I think it is, isn't it? I'm going to have to go in. Let's just Leroy. Straight to the back and up the top. Where we go? Left. Put all these. Actually, all these tasty hedge dribbles. I might have to get them. Start taking that off for the deed. Pay attention to my health because I've pulled quite a bit here. Some of them are reset. These guys are actually a little bit more level appropriate as well. They are level 11, which is a lot closer. Bonk him on the head. Lost Shire Hobbit. Oddly, I'm playing on my high elf now, and that sound is confusing, but I'm really enjoying this as well. Yeah, that is the problem when you're kind of watching a stream or a YouTube video where it's playing the same game at the same time. Not unique to LOTRO. Although nowhere near as aggravating as if you're listening to someone and like you've got Steam noises or Discord noises going off in the background, and then you think it's your own one. Then that can get really confusing. Don't murder you. We're going in the right direction. Looks like it. Just zoom out a bit so we can see better. Boom. There we go. Right, where's the next God, they're really making life difficult for trying to get around this camp, aren't they? They can't make a proper camp and just put a wall around it. They have to make a huge snake pass up the mountains. It seems that World Chat is complaining about the game being a little bit unplayable tonight with lag. And it's not too bad here, but it is irritating. Where are we going now? Just east. So we're pretty close. Maybe a bit more up the hill. One of the other things I do like about the High Elf is that they've got that different sound for summoning their horses as well, which is nice. Have any of you guys in the chat played Brawler yet? I've not actually rolled one of the new Brawler class. I imagine I'm going to have to at some point and see what the fuss is about with that. I can't say it's a class that the concept really intrigues me at the minute. But I'll have to give it a go. Given that I want to do the Shire next, just to kind of round out the rest of the Angmar bits, because I didn't do Angmar and Ered Luin back in the day as part of the LOTRO series. Come on, hit him. There we go. I know my health is getting low as well. Probably should self-heal a bit because how unreliable the lag is at the minute. I'm probably going to get spanked. That might be best off trying to just kill him first. Right. So normal world chat. Yeah, I know there has been some lag issues long term in LOTRO as well. But when you hear about these things, it's kind of hard to determine, is it just people complaining as always, or is there legitimate issues? I think that the problem has probably been steadily getting worse in LOTRO, although I haven't been around to observe how bad it's getting. But yeah, back in the day, you'd have your lag in like the likes of Rohan or the endgame areas, but it shouldn't be spilling over into starter regions like this. Come on, kill him. There we go. Hey Oksana, don't have a brawler, but some of my kinnies find them fun to play. I'll have to give them a go. I have literally no idea about what their like trait lines and other things are like. I know they're kind of like they fight barehanded, so they're obviously melee. I think they have some knuckle dusters, didn't they, or something like that, as their kind of like special item. I have no idea if they've got any kind of range skills at all. I'm not against playing like a pure melee type class, given that I do play Burglar, which is pretty much entirely melee. But yeah, just sort of wandering up and punching things doesn't sound particularly appealing. I think I've got all the way up here, and actually it's not up here, because it seems to be a mountain ridge. It's actually tucked in the corner around there. So after all that, I think I'm jumping off a cliff, unless I can cheat my way up this hill. No. Right. That is one of the things that I did like when they did revamp some of the starter regions, where they kind of changed the terrain a bit, so you can kind of go up and over a lot of these different mountains and ridges and stuff. So like in the case of Brie land, all the areas around Archet, it used to be in like a little valley, and now you can kind of just go up and over, take shortcuts to get to and from the festival fields and that. Those were nice changes. So I don't actually need to kill the wights. I just need to get to the thing we need to pick up. So defeat brigands. Let's remove that from the tracker. damn it, as a whole. I've said the long way around then. Eamon says, and gods help you if you're in a creep raid or a freak raid in the moors, at least on Arkenstone. I wasn't really a huge PvPer. I'm not really a huge PvPer in general across any MMO or anything really. But LOTRO's never really grabbed me. Because all the times that I do it, it would just be like a big Zerg. And it can kind of be a little bit of fun having a little bit of a push and pull sometimes, but kind of getting enough people there and making it being interesting without it being one side being stronger than the other and all the balancing issues anyway between freeps and creeps. So I never really enjoy that too much. I don't mind it too much in Guild Wars when there's like the big groups. Probably helps as well that there's very little lag on the PvP over there. But generally, yeah, like, that kind of PvP is not kind of my my preference in my sort of playstyle and things I like and enjoy doing. What am I actually looking for? Or have I already got it? I've already got it. So I can just jump out now then. Where are we going? Down south to the Ranger next, I think. Oh, actually, it wasn't aggroed. I thought I'd aggroed it. Right. Mount up. So yeah, they're still talking about lag in chat. So we're going to go south to the Ranger Langlas next in his little encampment over here. And see if we can get him to kind of broker peace between the elves and dwarves. Since his little hut is kind of straddling the two of them. Spiders. There's a spider slayer dude in Ered Luin, I remember that much. How are we doing on the old slayers? Places of the dwarves. We need the Silverdeep Mine, which I think is inside Thorin's Hall. It's one of the ones in the mountainside, if I'm not mistaken. Dourhand is just the two around Keladul. Where am I going? Let's make sure I don't go off a cliff. Deeds, goblins, Hendrivals. So yeah, Hendrivals are good around the Keladul docks. Goblins, there's loads of places all up in these hills near Noglond and around Gondamon. Spiders are all kind of good up in this sort of area north of Keladul. There's like a big spider nest over there. Wolves, as I said, probably the one of the better places to do it is just west of Gondamon on that hill. And brigands, as we've seen, Dourhand Dwarves count, so all kind of this northern area around Gondamon. It's a good spot for them. So, what do we got?
Greetings.
Elves and dwarves living as neighbours in Ered Luin is worse than keeping a lynx kitten and a wolf pup in the same house, and I hope you don't take offence at my saying so. In the interest of maintaining peace in Ered Luin, I will respect Maffy's stout hand's wishes and arrange for the rescue of Everfowl. I do not want to bear the burden of our rescue ending in failure, but a ranger does not have the luxury of refusing charges such as this one. If I were to refuse, Everfowl's life would be forfeit, and so too would be peace in Ered Luin. I will organise the attempt if you will help me.
Would you do something for me?
Rumour of Everfowl's capture has come to me. Maffy's fears have merit. The elves of Dwarf remember the treachery of Skorgrim Dourhand 600 years ago, and do not easily recognise the difference between dwarves. The short reign of Thrain and his son Thorin in Ered Luin was marked by a grudging peace only because their folk kept to themselves and did not trouble the elves. Very well, I will help you to rescue Everfowl and hopefully avert a war. In these darkening times, strife between the enemies of Mordor can only serve to aid the Dark Lord. This rescue will not be easy. Return to me when you are ready to depart for the Dourhand camp. So speak to him.
How can I be of service?
So this will be the last part, I think, of this is the dwarven half of the prologue, isn't it? This will be a difficult task. I will guide you to the place I believe Everfowl is being held. We will no doubt have to fight our way through a gauntlet of sturdy Dourhand warriors. We must watch each other's backs, lest we fall. Are you ready to leave? And off we go.
The Ranger Langlas prepares to mount an effort to rescue the elf prince Everfowl from the clutches of the treacherous Dourhands.
So we're back up in Hordlin. I'm going to raid the
You
camp
must
that I
hurry.
walked up the hill pointlessly earlier. We should proceed without delay. Together we may defeat the Dourhands and rescue Aberfall. He's not up there. I was just there a minute ago. So murder, murder, murder. Bonk him on the head. Now, do I need you to open the door or can I do it? It's locked. Careful, there will be many enemies ahead. I don't care. You stay there, I'll go Leroy them all. We're going. This one's open, fantastic. Let's just go pull them all. Pull everything. Run up the hill, no stopping. Come on. Give me a moment to catch my breath. No! You don't need to catch your breath. If I can run backwards up a hill while fighting, so can you. Oh, you bugger. He's going to make me run down the hill to speak to him. That's just typical. They know we're here now. But the fighting will be worse up ahead. Now, it is time to go. Careful now, we're moving deeper into their camp. So they're going to run down the hill and fight us? Nope, but they've spawned on our minimap. So fight our way around the snake. I need to find out what it actually is that the High Elves say when they're screaming out in Elvish. Obviously the dwarves like scream out Buruk Karzad and Kazad Menu. Kazad Menu means the dwarves are upon you. And I can't remember what Buruk Kazad means in the common tongue. What deed was that just popped up? The Unscathed, because we leveled up. That's alright. So we've reached level 17 without dying. And if we get all the way to level 20, we get the final title. Right, you can unlock the door for me? Let us hold here. I sense we're near the end of our pursuit. We will need all of our strength for the coming battle, I fear. You don't even need a heal, you haven't fought yet.
You are a boon companion.
This has long been it's been a long and dangerous trek, but I'm glad to have had you at my side throughout it all. Come now, let us end this. It's because I'm doing all the work. Back on Iron Fist. You! Deliver Aberfall to us, or face the consequences. Fool! Did you think we would keep him here? Aberfall has already been taken to Caledon. He will die. You will die. All our foes will die. Our Skorgrim will reward me when I bring him your heads. So let's just spank him. Bonky in the back. Bang. Come my pets. Okay. You summoned them a little bit too late because you're dead, mate. But nice try.
Our efforts were for naught.
This has been a waste of time and blood, neither of which we can afford. Let us discuss our possible paths back at the lodge. Hurry, we must return. So that was completely pointless, that instance. In typical fashion. So what's he got to say next?
Greetings.
This is certainly distressing news. It appears the Dourhands were one step ahead of us all this while. Well, I suppose we must follow their trail. Caledon is the centre of Dourhand power, the last remaining town in Ered Luin which they control. Conflict will not be easily avoided there. And we have a choice of 3 things, none of which are useful to
Could I
us.
speak with you a moment?
We must not delay, Aureen. We must rescue Aberfall from the Dourhands before they are able to set sail. The Dourhands control the port city of Caledon to the east, and the ship they plan to carry Aberfall is surely docked there. Caledon is defended by a score of Dourhands, and it is a position of great strength. We cannot hope to attack it directly. If we are to have any hope of rescuing Aberfell from Keledul, we will need the help of one who knows the city. I know a dwarf, Longbeard, named Svarnir, who was harbour master of the port before the Dourhands captured the city. You will find him to the east of here, not far from Keledul. How convenient. So talk to Svarnir. Where is he? He's not too far away. But we should probably go back to hand in some of these bits first. So is it just those three we've got to do? So let's cheat. Go back. Mithril coins. I know it's not that far. I'm just being lazy. So
I am at your service.
This gear fit too easily. I wonder if I made a mistake. Ah, well, no matter. There are 2 more gears to find. God damn it.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
So the 4th gear is going to be a bit of a problem. You see, it was kept here in Thorin's halls, and the confounded Dourhands took it when they left, as they were forever trying to get into that fort while they were here. From what I understand, the 4th gear is in a chest in Keledul, the last town the Dourhands still control. Keledul is on the river east of Gondamon. I'm not sure exactly where you'll find the gear, but I would not be surprised if it is well guarded, as the Dourhands know very well it is essential for getting into the vault. So it's just as well I did come and do that first. And while I'm in inside Thorin's halls, oh, wrong way, this is the way. Why do I not have a goat? That's the weak goat, isn't it? But it's the only goat I've got, so there. Just because you can't drive a horse, or can you now? Because it's not. Is it going to let me now? Ooh. I swear it never used to let you drive a horse in Thorin's Hall. It's only goats. Or is it only goats in the bottom bit? Maybe that's what I'm thinking. When you go down to the tavern, that bit definitely used to dismount you or something. So Silverdeep Mine, I've actually thought it was one of those. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else then. We'll grab that another time then. So, deliver the armour to Brie. Oh, he's inside Thorin's Hall as well. Damn it.
What do you want?
There you are. What's taken you so long? Let me see these. Thorin's beard! Have they been wrestling Oliphants? I could forge 2 suits of armour in their time. It would take me to hammer this out. Dwarfsmith looks up at you. Oh yes, here is the armour you wanted shined. So we've got to return that, and I think that guy is outside in the square, isn't he? Frerin's Call. Yeah. So, which way round am I? It's south, isn't it? So return that there. The Sundered Shield is back at Gondamon. And those are the 3 quests we've got. So the Volume 1 prologue. Alright. So maybe that was the elf half of the prologue then. So we've got another prologue here. So the unguarded Arming Cave is located near to the large statue of Thorin that looks out over the valley from the northwest of Frerin's Court. Well, this is Frerin's Court here. So let's hand back that armour.
Well met, friend.
Aye, that's just the thing. Cardi will look sharp as an axe in this. The commander's sure to notice him now. And you in. But this is not the northwest. This is like smack bang centre. So where are we going? Up the hill to the west. So yeah, this is the dwarf path. It does tell you in the quest. Whereas where we're at now is the united path. So there's 2 halves. The dwarves start up in Thorin's Hall. The elves start down in Kelendim. They've both got their own parts of the prologue. And then the second half of the prologue is the same for both elves and dwarves. So that's what it means by the united path there. So if we head up here, and I presume Thorin's completed all of the elf path already if we're already on the united path now. So down in here, what's going on? Hello, Vivar.
Woe betide me.
Evan, what classes are most in demand in this game? You're asking the wrong person, because I've only just come back to playing for a while. So I don't know what is the most in demand right now, but it's always a good bet that healers and tanks are usually in good demand. DPS classes are easy to come by because everyone has usually got at least one. But sometimes things like captains can be short in demand for like healing and off-healing and buffy type roles. In some cases, you might need the likes of say, a Law Master or a Burglar for debuffs and stuff. But as a Burglar main, of late, I don't think there's been too much for Burglars to do. It's been a sad thing. Burglars kind of get relegated as, oh, you could just be another DPS class, but other DPS classes can DPS better. But hey-ho. But maybe one of the other guys in the chat might be able to help out if they're a bit more up to speed with endgame or the grouping. Ooh, what happened? What am I doing inside the arming cave? I was standing guard just outside the door like I always do, and then... Ah, my head. Someone must have clubbed me and dragged me inside while they robbed the arming cave bare. This is terrible. That caved-in passage must be how they got in. Someone spent a long time digging that tunnel, I'd wager. Hurry back to Captain Unar and tell him what happened. Tell him also that it won't happen again. I'm sure it won't help matters, but help him. Please tell him that I wasn't sleeping at my post. I don't know how this could have happened. And on my shift. So that's that. So I believe Unar is either back in Farin's Court or he's back inside Farin's Hall, one of the two. So he's down by the court. That's fine. So those of you in chat, if you have purchased housing in the game, what areas have you bought your housing in? Are you still in the original like traditional areas for like elves, men, dwarves, and hobbits, or have you guys bought any of the houses in the premium areas? Our kinship house was in the West Gondor ones in Dol Amroth. I know a few more of them have been added since.
What is the meaning of this?
I think there's another one coming soon. I don't know whether it's in Gundabad or around that area. Maybe it's already out, I don't know. not as up to speed with the news. We've been burgled. This is outrageous. There's a lot of valuable gold and weapons in that cave, and we won't be replacing it anytime soon. There's hardly an ounce of anything but stone and iron in these mountains. That caved-in passage might provide the clue we need to catch these burglars, Aureen. They won't have gone far. They might be trapped beneath the rubble, and more importantly, the gold might be there too. I'll have some dwarves begin clearing it away. It will be a good first assignment for Vifar. Give him time to think about how dirty the canal can get. For you, Aureen, I have a more urgent task.
Hear me out, traveller.
Judging from the location of the treasury, I would say the burglars dug their passage from the Silver Deep. So that's where I need to find for the deed. So that should hopefully send me in the right direction. And that points to the goblins. Goblins crawled into that mine shortly after that unpleasant business 2 years ago, and we haven't had much success driving them out. I want you to enter the Silver Deep and look for the other side of the cave-in. You might find some of the stolen gold or one of our burglars trapped on the other side. Bring me whatever you find. The entrance to the Silver Deep is in the northeastern corner of the valley at the end of a gully. Okay. So... okay, so it's the northeast. I knew it was around here somewhere. So it'll be in those ruins over there. Sundered Shield's back at Gondamon, isn't it? Yeah. So if we just finish these prologue quests, hopefully they should end up going to the point where they would have been, there we go, ding, places of the dwarves completed. Hang on. Where's that going? There it is. So then we can get both sides of the prologue done and then finish off the United Path. So down we go. Looking for signs of a cave-in. Or any signs of the thieves. A whole bunch of goblins in here. Bonk. No cave claw slayer deed, unfortunately. And I think we've actually done the goblin slayers already. I mean, I don't even have to fight all these guys. Where am I going? Searching the Silver Deep. Hopefully there's not multiple routes I can take through this cave system. A little bit of elvish ruins in here. There's a troll that's been turned to stone. Dead Dourhand, there we go, this is what we're looking for. There we go, collected the Dourhand sword hilt. So we've got that. We can go back to Unai and Freren's court. I'm going to be lazy. Mithril coin back, save a bit of time. There we go. What is this? You found this Dourhand sword? At the other end of the cave-in, this is not good, Aureen. Bad enough that our treasury has been burgled, but worse still that it was burgled by Dourhands. This is going to be worse than I've got, so that's fine.
Is a moment of your time too much to ask?
Dwarlin is not going to be happy, Aureen. There are troubles with Dourhands elsewhere in the Blue Mountains, but we thought they were out of Forin's Hall forever. And to steal Longbeard gold from the treasury. Unbelievable! You had better head north into Forin's Hall and show Dwarlin the Dourhand's sword hilt that you recovered from the Silver Heap. You will find him in the throne room at the north end of the hall. Burglars and Dourhands be bothered. What did I do to deserve this, I ask you? So we're going to have to ride up into Forin's Hall and go to the throne room. And I will take the long route this time instead of burning all my mithril coins, since it's not actually that far. Up we go and into the tunnel. So through the gates, and then the throne room is just right at the back of the main hall. So deeper we go. And then it's Dwarlin himself, actually. So there we go. So Dwarlin, if you have seen The Hobbit, you would know he's one of the dwarves that's part of Bilbo's company. But he's the Lord of Forin's Hall at the moment. So let's just tell him what's going on.
What do you need?
Coming from anyone else, Aureen, I would not believe him. Would not believe these grim tidings. But you seem to be an honourable high elf. I too thought the Dourhands were gone from Forin's Halls for good, but it seems they still had designs on our gold. We will teach them a hard lesson, Aureen, and they will rue the day they sneaked back into Forin's Halls like the brigands they are. We will discover where they have taken the stolen gold, Aureen, and then we will deal with them. I swear this by Durin's beard.
Come and stay a moment.
We need to find out where the Dourhand burglars took the gold they stole from our treasury, Aureen, and I do believe I know just how to do it. The thrushes of the Vale of Frayne have long served as the eyes of Durin's folk in the air. If the Dourhands tried moving the stolen gold from Forin's Hall as they must have, one of the thrushes would surely have seen them. Nos Grimsong is a friend of the thrushes, who has long been loyal to the Lonely Mountain, and he understands their language. Nos was last appointed to duty at the outpost of Noglon to the south. To get to Noglon, speak with the stablemaster Willie to the west of Freren's court. Tell him you want a steed to take you to Noglond, and he will take care of the rest. When you get to Noglond, look for Hrothgar. He'll be your point of contact for the time being. So, back out then. We will head to Noglond. Lost Shire Hobbit, this has been the perfect way to spend an evening, so I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. But yeah, it's probably been a good couple years at least since the last episode. So there you go, you've got some new content to enjoy, so I'm glad you are enjoying it. So out we go. If we get a stable master, we can just get an autopilot horse. So downstairs we go. We can cut the corner just to save a little bit of time getting to the stable master. And through here. Oh no, there's more quest rings. What's this?
What do you want?
Well, Messorine, if you ever need travel at speed, you should come visit me or whomever the closest stable master happens to be. So Dwarlin sent you to me to purchase passage to Noglond, did he? Well, it's a good thing he did, considering how far away Noglond is. Simply speak with me about renting a horse and you'll be able to purchase safe passage at speed on one of my fine mounts. When you get there, be sure to look for Hrothgar. I expect he'll have some tasks for you. So that's fine.
Greetings, traveller.
Talk to the festival stable master just to unlock him. Oh, that's just the VRP rewards vendor, that's fine. We can ignore her. So, travel destinations, please. And we're going to go to Noglond. So there's no swift travel, we just have to slow boat it there. But that will be quicker than riding there ourselves. And it means we can take a moment to just kind of review anything we need to do. So, explore of Ered Luin. So, Dourhand strongholds, we're going to Celador shortly. Explore Rafterraig. So we haven't actually been down there. I don't think anything's actually sent us on any quests. I wonder why. Maybe we get that as a follow-up from Gondamon. Because I think they are from Gondamon. We'll soon find out. Anything else to hand in besides those two? No. Yeah, we should probably have a couple more chapters of this dwarf path before it meets back up at Gondamon. But if you've been doing these the same time as you've been doing the regular questing, then it will follow along. So, you know, Foinsgate will then go to Noglond, Noglond goes to Gondamon. If you're doing the elf path, it will start at Celondim, it will go to Dourhand, and it will come up, you know. But they both kind of smush together in or around Gondamon. So far, so good. And it seems my camera hasn't died at any point this evening, so that's a good start. As far as I can tell on my end, there's been no technical difficulties with the stream, so let me know if you're having any video or audio problems at any time. There's the Noglond up here. Be dismounted shortly. Just wants to take the long scenic windy path to get up the hill. There's Hrothgar.
What do you need?
Welcome to Noglond, friend Minstrel. You might not know it, but this way station has a storied history nearly as rich as Foreign Halls itself, even though it's a lot less elaborate. I would be honoured to tell you of... oh, I see, you're here on business from Dwarlin. You'll never find a truer longbeard than our steward, and Foreign's halls are maintained with the dignity that befits our glorious... Ah, yes, your pardon. What was it you are wanting, friend? Of course, Nos came through here just hours ago. When he left, he mentioned heading to the Thrush Stones. Follow the road north back to Foreign's Hall, and it will turn sharply to the west. Continue to follow the road until it bends to the north again. Continue west from there, and you will find the Thrush Stones. So that is halfway back the way we came and then up in the mountains basically. So let us mount up. And I've just noticed as well, as part of our last level up, we actually got 2 new skills. So we've got ourselves Story of Courage and Bolster Courage. So Bolster Courage is another one of our core healing skills. So where we've got Raise the Spirit as our basic heal. 1 second cooldown, 1.4 second induction. Heals a small bit of morale. Bolster Courage is much the same, but is a more powerful heal. But it has a longer induction and a longer cooldown. But you'll be using both of those on a regular basis if you're doing healing duties in a group, or if you just want to heal yourselves. Got stuck on a hill. And Story Courage removes fears, diseases, poisons and wounds from your allies and protects against further fears. So it gives you increased fear resist rating to make you less likely to have new fear effects on yourselves. Fear effects are the ones that will appear on your health bar that have the pink borders around them. But it removes 1 of up to any effect on a 10-second cooldown, which is quite nice. And can help you avoid some nasty damage over time effects. Where we're going, it's actually downstairs by the looks of it. Gone up and over needlessly. Vaunf, Balthelion returns at last. Great. Yes, I come back to you now at the turn of the tide. Of the Yule. Oh, I missed a trick there. I come back to you now at the turn of the Yuletide. There you go.
What do you want?
You're here about the Dourhand sneaking out of Thorin's halls, aren't you? The Thrushes told me all about it, and I wrote it down to show Dwalin. Here, I'll give you my... Oh no, Lynx! Quick, help me fight them off. They're always hungry for the Thrushes. So we have to kill these before they eat his birds. Don't let your guard down yet. You don't actually have any of your birds with you, do you? Oh. Look, upon the hill, more of them. Annoyingly, I have to wait until they're pretty much in melee before they become targetable. There we go, you've successfully defended Nosgrimsong. That showed them. You have my thanks. Now take these notes and show them to Hrothgar. There we go. Can we read them? We can. Lord Dwalin, the Thrushes have given me some unpleasant and disturbing news, and I have written it down to impart to you at the earliest opportunity. The Thrush Snailbane saw dwarves carrying gold down from Thorin's gate in the middle of the night. He did not understand the difference, but I can tell you, sure as the hair of my beard curls in winter, that these were Dourhands. His sister Bright Eye followed them for some time and learned their destination. But it doesn't make much sense to me. The Dourhands brought this gold into one of their old cities in the Vale of Frame. But that city has been occupied by goblins for several years now. Why would the Dourhands willingly bring gold into the domain of the goblins? Because they're working together. Spoilers. So, head back to Noglond. Let's give this note to Hrothgar and he can hopefully pass it back to Dwalin himself without making us run the errand. But I've got a feeling he's going to make us do it. That'll be just our luck.
Greetings.
Dwalin was right to count on Nosgrimsong and his friends amongst the Thrushes. These notes confirm that the Dourhands brought their stolen gold in secret down into the Vale of Frame, but the Thrushes insist that they then returned to their old stronghold in the mountains that border the Vale. I thought that old city was infested with goblins now. There were goblins in the Silverdeep as well, and the Dourhands seem to have passed untroubled. There is something strange going on here, Aureen, though you probably don't need me to tell you that.
Might you lend me an ear?
The Thrushes saw the Dourhands carrying this stolen gold into the old Dourhand city to the west. That is very peculiar. You see, it has been infested with goblins for the past 2 years. I don't know why the Dourhands would bring the gold into a goblin-held city even if they once called it home. Most peculiar. It reminds me of the tale of... I'm sorry, you want to head west to the old Dourhand city and search it for the stolen Longbeard gold, I expect. It won't be easy, but I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits. Head west of Noglond and look for the stairs carved into the mountainside, and watch out for the goblins. We can choose one of those when we're done. Even though they're probably not going to be good for me. So this is going to take us back up into the hills where we started today's stream. I'm not okay. Hey, I want to say thank you for getting me into LOTRO. I've been watching your Let's Play for a while, and I'm on number 288 and still watching. So thank you for watching that deep into the series. And you've got plenty of pre-recorded stuff all ready to go, because I think the last one before tonight's stream was 412, if I'm not mistaken, not including any other little side bits and pieces. But hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. I have no idea what number 288 would have been, but maybe you can fill me in what area of the game that was doing. And are you playing along, watching it while you're playing along? So playing the game through the regions that I'm playing through, or are you just kind of playing at your own pace and watching it in the background? Or I know quite a few people have commented that they quite enjoy kind of like essentially questing along with me, going through the regions the same time as the series does. And Vaunf says, last time I watched you, you were yeeting orcs off a cliff in Rohan and caught the start of your high elf playthrough. I imagine you're referring to using a war steed to boot orcs off of the top of the waterfalls and stuff, which was always good fun. Going orc bowling with the heavy war steed. I don't know why I'm getting off to fight all these goblins. Don't actually need to fight them at all. So up at the top of the hill, so it's left for the goblin chieftain, but the right is where the dwarves live, which is one of the entrances to Sarnur. Find the stolen gold. No, we need to be careful here because these guys are level 48 and purple. But we didn't need to go that far. What am I missing? It's out here. Do I need to just kill this guy, maybe? He's the burglar. There we go. There we go. Collect the stolen longbeard gold. Fight these guys just because they're here. Oh, hello. Where are you going? Leave no witnesses. Kill them all. Go on, hit him. Bloody lag. I am not okay. Of Elves and Dwarves Part 3, you're finishing quest between Moria and Lothlorien. So, back in the day. So, those were the days. So the pre-quests, presumably, to get into Lothlorien. I don't think you need to do them now to actually get into the city, into the woods of Lothlorien without being murdered. But that used to be fun back in the day. Given that if you didn't get the acquaintance reputation before you tried crossing the river into Lothlorien, the elves would just instant kill you. Which was funny, but irritated people that didn't like, that wanted to try and play through the entire game without dying, and then something like that would happen. They felt a bit cheated. Yeah, I remember recording that. I think that was with How and Benji. And Benji hadn't seen Star Trek and he didn't know what his dead Jim meant. Remember that much.
What do you need?
Well done, Aureen, and well done indeed. I will deliver this gold to Dwarlin at Thorin's halls, but it sounds to me like you have a more urgent errand to undertake. So yeah, my earrings are much better than either of those two.
Come and stay a moment.
That Dourhand burglar said that his folk paid the goblins well to steal a prince. I don't know what that means, but it can't be good. Matthew Dourhand became chieftain of Gondamon, the great watchpost of the Lone Lands, shortly after the Dourhands were driven from Thorin's hall. If there is a war brewing, Matthew needs to be warned so he can begin the preparations. Follow the road east of Gondamon. There I expect you will find Matthew on the upper levels. Travel with great haste, Aureen. I would quicken your feet with a tale of great deeds, but I see there is no time to spare. So if you remember, we were with Matthew earlier, investigating the disappearance of this so-called elf prince. Talk to Matthew. So both of these are going to be inside Gondamon. Let's take the express route. Lost Shire Hobbit 288 was Mirkwood Elves and Dwarves Prologue, and episode 300 was the Warsteed and Brie and Rohan.
What do you want?
You could not have arrived with this news at a better time, Aureen. An elf prince has gone missing, and the elves are convinced that we have abducted him and refuse to believe otherwise. We have learned where the prince is being held, an encampment of Dourhands to the northeast. Your information tells us a great deal about his fate, and I hope it is enough. The elves have sent an emissary to Gondamon, and she insists that we rescue this Aberfowl as a sign of our goodwill. A sign of our goodwill? As if the Longbeards need to prove anything. I've always considered myself an even-tempered dwarf, but this emissary has gone too far. We need someone who is neither dwarf nor elf to organise this rescue. I do not want to be responsible for an outbreak of war in the Blue Mountains. So this is where we just were with the elven prologue. So we had to seek out the ranger, who is kind of going to be our little mediator between the two groups. So both the elf and the dwarf unique bits are now finished, and we're now on the united path of the prologue. So the fourth gear we need to find in Kelador. Sundered shield we need to hand in to this guy over here.
Well met.
This is what I feared, but I could not bring myself to admit it. The shield bears mute testimony to the treachery of the Dourhands. You have my thanks for these dark tidings.
Will you help me?
You have done me a great service, ill though your news was received. These vile Dourhands. How dare they? Gelir came to them to talk of peace, but they cut him down like a goblin. I will have my revenge. Our elders watch me too closely, for they know my temper. I cannot fight the Dourhands myself, but you! A while back an elf came here looking for information about the Dourhands. He thought they might be up to something truly terrible. He said his name was Glamir. I sent him towards the woods northeast of Gondamon. Seek him out. Maybe he knows the whereabouts of Skiffy Blackhand, the leader of the Dourhands at the fortified eastern camp. My brother must have been slain at his orders. A grim and deadly warrior he is. Seek Glamir to learn of Skiffy's whereabouts and wreak my vengeance upon Skiffy's head. So, we're going to murder him. I'm not okay, says, yes, sadly I'm only level 15, had to restart due to not remembering my old account and hadn't played in years. I guess I should say you got me back into LOTRO. That's good to hear. I hope you're enjoying playing it again, even if you can't get back on your old characters. I just realised we've got a trait point as well. So now that we actually have our 6th trait point, we can get something from the 2nd row. I'm going to think it's probably going to be the Call of Orome. Where are we going? So our first row of traits, we can get increased ballad and coda damage, but we need that to unlock piercing ballads, which increases crit chance of ballads. So it's not bad, it's nice to have. Your ballads are your bread and butter skills. Discordant cries. Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. I need to talk to the elf over here. So dissonance, cry, and call damage. So that's fine. So dissonance is what used to be called war speech. So it's just increased damage while we're in our damage stance, basically. So again, is very nice to have. Or Call of Orome, which grants us a brand new skill, which is an AoE skill, max targets of 3, but they have to be within 5 meters of each other, and it's got a 35 meter range. So it's another call and shout, which is kind of like our burst DPS skills. So we 100% want that skill next. And then I can kind of move some of this stuff around just so it's a bit easier to do. So let's put that down there. So we can basically use our Call to Fate and Call of Orome as kind of our burst DPS skills, because they're both up AoE. Where is it? So Call to Fate has a 35 meter range, but it's single target, whereas Call of Orome is going to call down a lightning strike of like beam of light, which is going to nuke everyone, like the ion cannon from Command and Conquer. So Glamir.
Melon.
Skiffy Blackhand? Yes, I know of him indeed. I have seen him just beyond the main gates of the Dourhand encampment to the north. Be cautious. The going will not be easy within the walls of that encampment. I bet it will be. So he's just north of the lake. So up and around we go. So hopefully he's literally just in the first room, or maybe the second room, and we don't have to go too far up the hill. Is that him there? Or one of these guys wandering around? There he is. Okay, we use our new skill. Ready? Badoom. Cool down the nuclear strike on his head. Beated Skiffy Blackhand. Cool down another strike. AoE. There we go. Nice little coda just to splat them as well. And then just to demonstrate, because we've got 2 wound effects on us at the moment, those 2 up here. Oh, hello, get off. So, I can use my Story of Courage to remove that. Not that those are particularly dangerous ones, but sometimes you can get some really dangerous damage over time effects. So, he's dead. I've completed a Slayer deed of some sort. It's the Slaying Goblins in Ered Luin. I thought I'd already done that one, but hey ho. So once we complete all the advanced deeds, we tick those off. What have we got next? Go back to Gondamon, and then the 4th gear is in Caledor, so that's fine. Remove that from the tracker. Let's put the prologue back on the tracker because we need to do that soon. So it's just those 3 then. Oh, I forgot about my pending loot. So most of this is probably going to be a load of crap. So most of this I'm probably just going to loot. Yep, all that's good. I do tend to forget about that, even before I stop playing, when everything just gets shoved in pending loot. Let's open up some presents as well. So, open silver presents, 100 virtue XP, open... Oh shit. That was a free one, wasn't it? I didn't spend... No, I've removed riffle coins. Whoops. Oh well. Just spent 8 riffle coins for a little bit more virtue XP. Whoops. Craft boost is not too bad though. So, back up the hill. Talk to Askel.
What do you need?
Ha! So you've done my will and slain the villain who killed my brother. You have done well, Aureen. But it is strange. I feel no pleasure at this news. The Dourhands will choose a new captain and nothing will change. There must be more we can do. Something that will truly help.
Come and stay a moment.
Though we Longbeards were able to throw the Dourhands out of most of our standings after they revealed their true evil 2 years ago, they are as yet still too strong for us to fight them in the field. The last major Dourhand holding in Ered Luin is the river port of Caledor. It is at Caledor where much of their remaining strength is concentrated. And it is at Caledor where they stockpile their stolen wealth, the treasure they robbed from us during the long years of their tyranny in Thorin's halls. You have proven yourself to be a capable warrior and a true friend. If you can raid Caledor and recover the stolen treasure, not only will you be striking a blow for Durin's folk, you'll be dealing a sharp blow in my brother's name as well. And we can get various rewards from that one. And what else have you got here?
Will you help me?
Though my brother is avenged, I fear that my sorrow I spoke too plainly to a younger dwarf who now risks his own life to avenge his own brother, a member of Gaele's company. The dwarf Sigurdor went towards Caledor to avenge his brother, but likely is at a tower on the outskirts of the port with the deposed dockmaster Svarnir. Follow the road east beyond Frassie's cabin towards the shore and keep an eye out for Sigurdor. I pray you are not too late to stop his folly. So we're going to help him out as well then. Right, is there any other quests we need to pick up in here? Shouldn't be any, because we should already have them all unlocked. So if we take ourselves over there then, all of our quests should be in and around Caledor now, by the looks of it. So up and over. And let's try not to fall off a cliff as we autopilot. It makes me feel bad, like driving past all these copper deposits and I can't mine them. And the flip side of that being that since I'm a scholar, I'm going to be completely oblivious to the fact that I'm constantly going past scholar nodes. Because most of my characters are set up as explorers, just so they can gather ore and wood as they go about their daily duties and hand it off to my various other characters that are actually the proper crafters that I use to supply all my characters. So I've kind of got a top tier crafter for each of the different crafting ranks, and then I've got a couple of spares because sometimes it's handy to have spare crafters for recipes that have cooldowns. So like I've got 4 jeweler characters maxed, so that, you know, if I have a guild crafted recipe that has a 7-day cooldown, I can make 4 of them a week using 4 different jewelers. I've gone too far to the north because I'm going off towards the spiders now. There's Dourhand up on the hills there, hanging over the cliffs. It's a long way down if you fall off of that. Speaking of long way downs, it should be survivable. Oh. Yep. How bad is that? A minute, but we should hopefully be finished talking to them by then.
I am at your service.
So, Askel told me not to go, but I would hear nothing of his warning. My brother Arndor was not much older than myself, and I feel I must avenge him. I failed. The Dourhands are too rooted within that port for one dwarf. more minor than warrior to dislodge. You, though, are a hale and hearty warrior, else you would not be here. Yep, so what are you going to make me do?
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
I did attempt to fight my way through the port in search of the leader, to no avail. His cowardice keeps him well hidden, and his lackeys gave my legs a good beating. Were it not for Svanir, I likely would have fallen to them as well. I failed to avenge Arndor. I'm not fit for another foray, but you have helped, Askel. And I hope that you will help me. Below us in the valley to the east lay the port of Keledul, and they're in the Dourhands. Would you go in there and strike down a goodly number of the forces there, so I might be able to give my brother the vengeance that he deserves? So he just wants us to kill 8 Dourhands, that's fine.
Well met, friend.
If you want to get inside Keledul, I'm the dwarf you need. The Dourhands have let my fine harbour sink into filth and disrepair. Any foe of theirs is a friend of mine. A ship came out of the north and has been sitting at anchor for a few days now. From what I can gather, she's called the Irestone, and her captain is a particularly unpleasant-looking Dourhand. If he's planning on taking the elf prince back north on his ship, you need to hurry. I overheard the guards at the gates saying the ship wouldn't be long in port. During the day, you will be too visible, but at night you need not be a burglar to sneak into Keledul undetected. You'll want to stay clear of the night watch or they'll raise the alarm. So, is that going to be an instance? It is going to be an instance. There we go. I was going to say, if we have to wait till nightfall, that could be a bit annoying.
Moved from the Dourhand encampment to a ship preparing to depart for an unknown port in the north. His rescue is paramount to maintaining peace in Ered Luin.
Okay, so he's sleeping there. Can I literally sneak in? So where am I going? They are patrolling around. I don't know whether I'm going to fail if I aggro them though. I'm going to assume he's going to be on the boat. In which case I need to try and sneak past these guys. Is he turning around? No. Oh. Well, hasn't failed the instance. And it's actually counting towards my quest, so we'll try and keep the aggro to a minimum. There's the boat over here. There we go. Instant kill. Stealth takedown. There he is. Found the Keledul docks, which is another one of the places of the dwarves.
Praise Elbereth, one who might be of help.
You are here to free me? Skorgrim Dourhand has raised a goblin army in the cleft of Raftereg, and unless we can stop him, he will sweep through all the free lands. There is no time to waste, my friend. We will need to defeat the captain and his crew if we are to escape from Keledul with our lives, and bring word of the danger which grows stronger from within Raftereg. The captain will soon return. Quickly, untie my hands. We need to escape from here. Now we've got an escort NPC. There he is. Bonk. Hit him with all the nuclear buttons. Oh, he's got an ally. Throw the intruders from my ship, you good-for-nothing sea dogs. There we go. They're all dead. Victory is ours.
The shadow has risen.
We must hurry, Aureen. Skorgrim has assembled an army of goblins within Raftereg, and though my rescue should end the threat of war between dwarves and elves, I fear the goblin army will not remain long within that narrow pass. Let us bring this warning out of Keledul into the light of morning, and may our chance for peace also shine bright.
May
complete. There we go. So I don't actually have to escort him out in the end at all. So, oh, don't take me back up here. I want to do more stuff down in town.
What do you need?
Aberfar is safe, and the promise of peace is much closer than it was. But Ered Luin is not free of the threat of war just yet, Aureen. We must defeat Skorgrim Dourhand and end his menace. And we must do this quickly before he can put the second stage of his plan into motion.
Would you do something for me?
I will send word to Maffy Stouthand and Gelfin in Gondamon of Aberfar's safe return and to warn their masters. The free peoples of Ered Luin must unite if they are to drive Skorgrim and his goblin allies from this land. While Lord Dwarlin and Master Dourhand assemble their forces, I have an urgent task for you, Aureen. The goblins have mustered in Raftereg, and if we are to have any hope in reaching Skorgrim, we must thin their ranks. Journey to the outskirts of Raftereg, the valley south of Gondamon, and speak with the dwarf there, Ingolfer. He will have more instructions for you. Aid him, and Dwalin and Dourhand may have a greater chance for victory. So there we go, it's Raftereg after Kelador then. So, mount back up. We still need to go back to Kelador and finish off the little bits of quests we need. But this time, let us run down the path instead of breaking our legs. There you go, you can see it all in the distance down in this little valley. So down, down, down we go. Don't have any hand-ins to you yet, do I? No. So we need to kill 3 more dwarves, and we need to find the 4th gear, which is probably going to be on our left by the looks of it. But we also need to collect treasure boxes, which are probably going to be scattered all around the port. Yeah, as I've mentioned previously, there's usually quite a lot of the Hendrivals, the Crebanes, crows, whatever you want to call them. So you should be able to gather a few of them. If you come around here, you can murder Dourhands for the Dourhand Brigand Slayer. Get the crows at the same time. It's a good easy way to do the Slayer deed. There we go, Brigand Slayer's actually done. Couple of treasure boxes. 1 of 6. There should be more than 6 around if you need to gather them. There we go. There's a broken urn, which I can actually collect as a scholar. This is exactly what I was telling you earlier. I always miss these. Oh, I lack the proper training now. God damn it. It's going to be a journeyman one, and I haven't done any apprentice tier stuff. So I can't even do that. Don't murder you. Another treasure box. That's 3 of 6. That'll be 4 of 6. There we go. So I'll just murder all you guys. Screw it. I don't need you for slayer needs or anything. There's a treasure box up the stairs there. Looking from orbit, there we go. That is 5 boxes. I need 1 more box. Let's go north. Broken urn, is that a box on the left? It's 2 boxes on the left. And we're lagged. I can't move. Ooh. Actually, there's 2 boxes on the right here as well. One of the other things I should probably check as well is what class deeds I've got. There might be certain skills that I need to spam. That's the treasure boxes. So the missing 4th gear is to my southwest somewhere. It's going to be in this corner. It'll be in that box. That chest probably. You guys, there we go. Alright, what's in there? There we go, that's the 4th gear. So, looking at everything here, yep, everything is either back at Gondamon or to the guys just outside Kelador. So, let's mount back up. I'm not okay says, what class are you playing as? I'm playing a Minstrel, who is also the High Elf race. So Minstrels are one of the main healer classes in the game, although I'm currently spec'd as a damage dealing trait line. The red trait line is more about dealing damage, so it's good for like solo play. Blue is kind of like the healing line, and yellow is kind of like the buffing and helping allies line. So in groups, you're more likely to be blue and yellow combinations, but for solo play, red is quite nice. You work quite nicely as like a burst DPS class with all your cries and shouts and stuff.
Greetings, traveller.
My brother may not know that this has been done, but I do, and this will give me leave to rest at night. I am ever in your debt, Aureen. I will miss my brother, but I will know that his death is avenged, and that the Dourhands are weakened now to a point where we Longbeards may drive them finally from our lands. There we go, he's happy. And then the rest of the guys are at Gondamon, so let us just cheat back to Gondamon. Save a little bit of time. So Askel.
What do you want?
Very well done. I think my brother would be satisfied with this blood price. I will send this treasure to Forin's halls, and perhaps we can use it to defeat the Dourhands once and for all. So I get a bracelet, so might is not useful to me as a minstrel. And the shoulder pads are not particularly great either, but grab that anyway. And need to talk to Inkelfet outside of Raftereg. And we need to bring the last gear to Bavor. So let's go to Bavor because he's inside Forin's halls.
Well met, friend.
Well done. I'll have this fitted in a moment. Get in there. Fit, blast you. Ow, my thumb. Well, I'll have it in soon. There's only one gear left to go.
Greetings, traveller.
This wretched gear won't fit. I'm guessing the 5th gear goes here, and the 4th would top it. Blast! Such art is lost, yet I must make it work. Ah, well, I'm keeping you from your labours with my complaining. The 5th missing gear was placed in a chest hidden in the woods in eastern Hord Lyn, north and east of Keladul. However, a brood of vicious spiders have made the place their lair. It will be a challenge to find the chest without running afoul of the vile creatures. That's irritating because I don't actually need to go anywhere near that. Let's go Mithril Coin back to this guy at Raftereg, which hopefully isn't too far. So yeah, the last gear was over in the northeast, which is some way away. But that is the last one. He said it's the 5th and final one, so I'm not worried that if I do that, he's going to send me back down here. So I might just save that one for later. So Ingelfer.
Greetings, traveller.
So as part of the prologue, Langla sent you. He's a queer sort, that one, but a fine fellow for sending aid. If he thinks you are capable, then I have no reason to keep you from your task. You will find all manner of foul goblins beyond our barricade here. Do your best to avoid the truly dangerous ones, and be careful not to travel too deeply within the valley. Fearsome are the goblins beyond this great peak at the heart of Raftereg. So defeat melee and ranged goblins.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
So we've got a deed as well to do Raftereg exploration. So this will just be the various camps and hills inside there. I'll just take that off though. My thanks to you for standing by us on this. You are not here to simply cull the local vermin. You want to deal with the real threats. That is to say, goblins. The foul things have been bubbling up out of the ground like bees from a kicked hive. I don't rightly know what has gotten them all riled up, nor do I much care, but I believe it is their leader, Gazrip. If you're up for a fight, get in there and break some goblin heads. If we can shatter their morale by defeating their leader, we can pen them in through the winter. The snows ought to block up these passes till spring, and we will be free of them for a long while at least. So, defeat Gazrep. And then this guy's got 2 more.
Greetings, traveller. Will you stay a moment?
We need to keep our enemies penned within Raftereg as best as we may. The number of goblins seems to grow each day, but our stout barricades have been through enough to keep them at bay. However, those vile Milk-Eye cave claws have taken to creeping up and burrowing beneath the barricades in the deep of night and threaten to undermine the walls if we can't find a way to stop them. If you could hunt a number of the creatures down, it should serve to put a halt to their incessant digging and gain us time to repair any damage they've already done. And then lastly...
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Greetings. Welcome to the beautiful Raftereg, the finest stretch of desolate rock and goblin holes in all the Blue Mountains. If you have come to help, we could certainly use it. Things have gotten worse of late, and now all manner of things are crawling up and out of the ground around here. I'd personally be grateful if you could do away with a few of the spiders that infest the area. I used to run patrols in there now and again, but since they showed up I haven't been able to bring myself to set foot past this barricade. I've been afraid of spiders since I was a wee lad. So what say you? Are you up to the challenge, or would you rather join me, freezing my hinder parts off till the snows come? So there we go, we've got 4 quests to do. And we are going south. Oh, annoyingly, it's not just any iron, it's a rich one as well. Right, so we need to go kind of all around it. It's kind of like a little bit of a maze with all these different passageways and paths, but if you follow them around you should be able to figure out all the places you need to go. Let's just go this way. There's a couple of spiders immediately outside the camp, so let's kill some of them. So we need 8. That'll be 2. Where do we want to go first? I don't think there's anything up there. Need to kill some cave claws as well. Let's wander our way down here. And just pay attention if there's any other little side camps we might need to poke our nose into. Some of them we might need to go in now. Others we might not, but we might as well get the exploration deeds ticked off if we're in the area. So this is probably going to be one of the areas. Given that it's full of goblins. There's Gazrep. So these guys are all level 12. Nuke them. Some of them are rooting me though, which is annoying. Because the LOTRO servers are doing a good job of rooting me in place most of the time as it is. Right. I think all we need in here is just nuke a load of goblins. That isn't the one I was aiming at, but alright. Kill him then. Always feels really satisfying, that Call of Orome skill. We just go vroom, just AoE everything. Alright, hit all these ones, and then we might have to go elsewhere to find a couple of extras, unless they respawn pretty quick. Either way, we've explored here. Where do we want to go? Southeast? Oh, hang on, there's one there. Go 6, this will be 7. More goblins down this way. Need ranged goblins, so Stinger's are ranged. 7. I think you're just a normal one. The chap behind you, he's a ranged one. That isn't the one I wanted, but I'll kill you anyway because you're there. There we go, 8 of 8. Talk to the NPC. So still need 2 cave claws and 4 spiders. So they're more in the eastern side. So up the top of this hill is going to be one of the other points of interest. I remember my deeds correctly. There you go, this will be number 9. Spiders. 5 of 8. Don't need you, but you might aggro on me. No, you haven't aggroed. Let's mount up. And let's just see if we can just run straight in. Amon Fank. There we go, so that should have tagged that. What else do we need on the deeds? After egg exploration. Can't put that on the chat, so let's take that off. put that on. Southern Barricade. Well, that should be literally down here. There is a spider, or two. Perfect. There you go, this is Southern Barricade. Now we need Tumagor and Crookdell. So I think they're more on the eastern side. This is another passage that leads out over to Dourhand West. Can you get through there? I can't remember. You can get through there. There's a spider and this should count. 8 of 8, perfect. So that is all those. So if we head back then and we take the eastern path this time, then we can hopefully tick off a few more of those things on the way back. I'm sure there's more hills you can go up. Does this lead to another camp, or is this another way out the mountains? I think it's another way out. Yeah, because it's just going to go to Falathorn. Nope. So those of you in chat who haven't mentioned already, what classes are you guys playing at the moment? What levels are you guys at? Where are we now? So, okay, so over to the north, up in this direction, this will be another camp. And I think what the other ones are missing is over here in this hill. But since we're back at the NPCs, let's hand these in.
Greetings, traveller.
Something's angry. Should get killed by the guards though. Pew, there we go. Well done, Aureen. That should keep those vermin at bay for a while and give us a chance to patch up the barricades before the goblins have another try at us.
I am at your service.
The whole barricade guard, both of us. Thank you, Aureen. But I'm personally indebted to you for killing those 8-legged horrors. Now, the less said of them, the better. Yeah, the both of you. What are these chaps over here then? They don't count, they're just minions. Bloody strong minions, must be said.
At your service.
Ha!
And your family.
Nothing like a rousing tale of goblin slaying to warm you up on a cold day. Well done, Aureen. With your help, we shouldn't have too many problems keeping the goblins at bay till the passes fill with snow for the winter. After that, it will be up to the leaders at Gondamon and Forin's Hall to figure out what we'll do about them come next spring. So again, these are probably not going to be too good for me, so I'll just take any of those. Then going to need to go. So Langlass is back at the hut over there. I'm going to have a little bit of a tactical wander and see if I can tick off another one of these bits of the exploration deed. So I'm not okay playing a hunter at the moment. So yeah, those are good for getting around. That's the one thing I like about hunter. They're good for getting around the world. Oh, hello. Easy to get around with. Quite good for your first character if you've never played LOTRO before. And since they're ranged, it's quite easy to just shoot things from a distance. You don't have to run up and into melee for everything, and your farming deeds, quite nice for that as well. You can just wander around, pew pew. Particularly if everything is lower levels. There we go, Tumagor, that's ticked off now. I think I'm going to go down there just to try and tick that off, and then we can do a cheeky Mithril coin to get back to Langlass. Yeah, hunters are kind of a good all-rounder. Past all these mobs that are hitting me. Go away. Might as well dismount me in a second. So it should just be just after the ruins where we turned right, killed a couple of goblins, but it'll be up that hill. Gazrips respawned over there. Alright, we'll just run past all these guys. I'm gonna get dismounted. Oh, no, too close to that one. Alright, let's murder all these. You guys asked for it. There we go, murdered him. Let's mount back up. You also have a Guardian and a Champion. So Guardian is probably my least favourite class, if I'm honest. Back in the days that I was playing it, it was a pain in the backside to level. And I know people complain about, say, the likes of Captain to level. Captain was my first class, so maybe because of that reason I didn't notice it as much, but I never felt like Captain was that slow. But Guardian was really bad. Bear in mind, this was back in the days before they kind of buffed like the red line damage and redid all the trait trees, so you had like yellow line doing some fun tactical damage based stuff and whatnot. But from what I've heard, they are in a lot better state for leveling these days. But yeah, it used to be painful and I didn't really kind of enjoy the class. We're lagged out, there we go. I didn't really like the tanking style on the Guardian as well. I was always a Warden tank. It was a lot more fun, a lot more variety, more interesting mechanic for tanking. And it was kind of a bit more challenging and more fun being a medium armor tank that has to rely on avoidances as opposed to being a Guardian that just stands there and gets clubbed in the head and gets a load of brain damage. But yeah, they're meant to be in a lot better state these days. Hello, these guys actually hit me quite hard. Oh, they are signature mobs, that might explain a few things. I don't know how hard these damage over time effects are hitting as well. There we go. Bolster my courage. Is that going to unlock a deed? Oh, I was worried that might do a class deed. Right, what class deeds have I got? Like performance, changing stances. Okay. Champion was another class that I couldn't really kind of... I mean, I don't hate it. It used to be a lot squishier back in the day, unless you kind of traded it to have a shield as well, which has long since been removed from the Champion's abilities list. But they used to be a lot squishier, whereas now they're just AoE. Well, they always were AoE murder machines, but now they're even more AoE murder machines, but have a lot more survivability than they used to. Right. Can I just tag that? There we go. Let's map out. So Lost Shrine Hobbit, Burglar, Guardian, Warden, and Bjorning on Treebeard. So yeah, Burglar's my main. I've always enjoyed that. Back in the days, being a sneaky bugger. I do feel that they were a bit more fun before trait trees came along with Rohan, where it kind of split all the skills into different trait lines, so you couldn't do all the different bits and pieces at the same time. So being a burglar, doing all like the raids in Moria and Mirkwood was good fun times, and some good shenanigans in there, doing all the crowd control and so forth. Langlass, what do you got to say? You've done well, Lorraine. Once the dwarves and elves have arrayed their forces, the assault on Raftereg will begin.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Dwarven has sent many Longbeards marching to Raftereg, and Dorangur Whitefawn has dispatched many elf warriors of his own. Skorgrim sought to divide the peoples of Ered Luin, but his actions have only strengthened their resolve to stand against him. Skorgrim Dourhand will die in Raftereg, Oreen. While the elves and Durin's folk draw away the greater part of the goblin army, you will enter behind their lines and join up with Avafal. When you have readied yourself, return to me and I will show you the path to Avafal. So, we've got various rewards we can get there. None of them will probably interest me though.
How can I be of service?
It is time. The combined armies of the dwarves and elves have already begun their assault on the cleft of Rafteray. Avafal awaits you within the valley. We must go.
The combined forces of Lord Dwalin of Thorin's Hall and Dourhand Whitethorn of Dweland prepare to march upon the goblin army of Rafteray.
I am ready, Oreen. We will find Skorgrim Dourhand and drive the fell creature not only from Rafteray, but from Ered Luin itself. This way. So, what else you got? So, yeah, Warden, I like Warden. Although it's a bit weird now with the trait trees, because certain gambits are locked behind certain trait trees. So, as someone who played Warden back in the day, that kind of irritates me, because you get a bit of muscle memory from playing Warden, where you want to use certain gambits. And if you don't have them unlocked in the trait tree that you're currently in, it kind of just falls flat because you can't use the skill. So it gets a little bit annoying on that front. And they've kind of like changed what is like the preferred gambits to use in certain rotations. Like if you're doing a DPS rotation, it's kind of different to what it used to be. But I do like the idea of just running in, aggroing everything, and then just kind of doing self-heals and just leeching them. That's always good fun. Vaughn, High Elf Guardian, level 8-ish, currently in Rohan, two-handed weapons. Stout Axe Champion, dual wielding, straight out of Mordor, Bjorning, level 60-ish, currently in Lothlorien. So yeah, I'll probably need to give Bjornings another go. I've got some lag again. Because Bjornings got changed even before I'd stopped playing, so they were a lot more viable in other roles. Like with captains, they're kind of a jack of all trade, so they kind of do a little bit of tanking, a little bit of healing, a little bit of support. God, the lag's really bad in this instance, but they were kind of not really good in any of those roles, really. So they did get buffed at one point, and then they became kind of like the Care Bears, where they were doing a load of the healing and stuff. I'm not really sure what state they're in currently. Probably better than the lag in this instance, though. We're just standing here staring at each other. But I did enjoy playing my Yawning back in the day. As you'll see from the Evendim section of the Let's Play LOTRO playthrough, and doing the old crit fidity intact, where you can just sort of start mourning stuff, but if you did the thing that gave you the critical hit on your next attack, it applied to all attacks of the maul, which is nice. Level 15 Elf Hunter, dual wield and bow in Brie lands. So yeah, we've got a nice variety of classes then for you guys. Okay, he's murdered everything already. The goblins are regrouping. Hold them off and I will call out their positions. You lazy git. I need to call out their positions. We just sit here and wait until they magically teleport in because of the lag. Yeah, me personally, I mean, I do kind of dabble in all the classes. Like I say, I'm less fond of certain ones over others. Less keen on Guardian. It's probably the only one that I actively dislike, although maybe if I played it again I might not find it as bad as I did before. Here comes everyone. Reinforcements have arrived. Are we going to hold this location now? The day is not won yet though, there are more goblins ahead. But I think most classes have been played through in the series now. I think off the top of my head, the only one that might not have been played in the Let's Play LOTRO series is the Lawmaster. Maybe you guys might know better than me. If Lost Shire Hobbit's still kicking around, I'm sure he'll be able to tell me exactly which classes I haven't or haven't played for all the times he's watched the series. But it was the plan to do Lawmaster for the Great River region on the way down into to Rohan.
Stay a moment.
I feel rested enough to continue. Let us continue our search for Skorgrim Dourhand. Wait, something is not right here. Pew pew pew! Oh no, we've been ambushed and everyone's dead. Get rid of these goblin spearmen or we will be done for. What spearmen? Where are you running off to? I'm meant to be following you. You've just legged it. I assume we're just running up the top of the hill anyway. Wipe them out. All of them. Bloody goblins and they're screaming. Hello, how did you guys get up here? Avathar, the goblins have captured a woman! Your father led some elves and dwarves to rescue Sarah Oakhart. Oh god, not her. He never returned. My father is strong. Do not fear for him. Let us rest for a moment before we proceed. As of you have played through further in the epic storyline will remember Sarah Oakhart. I'm ready to move on, Aureen. We must find and rescue this Sarah Oakhart. Once she is safe, we can continue our search for Skorgrim. Perhaps we will find my father up ahead and can lend him our aid. Though I am sure he has little need of our blades. This way. Follow me. So we could have actually triggered the exploration deed inside this instance if we hadn't got it already. Okay, quick bell. Splat all these guys. Bit easier to explore because everything's just a regular mob as well, as opposed to the signatures or elites they are in the open world. Oh. Come on, it's in. So Carnival's just lying on the floor, bleeding out or something. There she is. Quickly, we must save her. Are you actually fighting someone? You are. I should perhaps help you. Let's see, there's a bit over here. Thank you, dear. I felt sure I would meet my end at the hands of those awful goblins. You're most welcome. You should leave this place at once. Now, Aureen, let us find Skorgrim and finish this. Father! Avathar, no, stay back. It is a trap. Oh no. It's going to shank you now. Or not. Hold, my friends. It's Skorgrim himself. Boo. I can't use the boo emote yet. Damn it. This has been an amusing exercise, but now it is over. We can put on the deep voices as well. You are defeated, Skorgrim. The dwarves and the elves stand against you.
Now you can kill them.
Okay. They're not going to be that hard to kill, these guys. Do you need better minions, sir? Our fight is not yet at its end. Make sure I've got that over there. Ooh. That's not very nice. Speak to Avafar.
Sweet-eyed Melon.
Skorgrim has escaped Dourhand, but I think Ered Luin will be safe from him for now, at least for a time. For that, I feel the combined assault of dwarves and elves was a success. It will be a long while before we know the full cost of our actions here. Many good people have fallen in Raftereg this day. I will tend to my father's wounds, and then together we can report to Langlas and tell him what has happened here. Job done. Even though there's goblins there, I mean, we can finish the job. Be shame to leave them alone, especially when I can get a level up out of it. No survivors, no witnesses. There we go. Come then, speak to me. Come on. We should return now to Langlas.
Saruman's treachery has delayed me too long. I can only hope that Frodo and Sam have left the Shire. Without my aid, their road will be a perilous one. Frodo must rely upon the Rangers and your prowess to see him to the end.
There we go, a nice little cutscene there. Probably extremely loud for you guys, so I do apologise if you've got headsets on. But I can't adjust the volume of them. Langlas?
Greetings.
Many good dwarves and elves perished at Raftereg, Dourhand, and though Skorgrim was not defeated, he has fled and his threat has abated for now. I am worried about the lands to the south. If Skorgrim was able to cause so much harm in Ered Luin, he can surely cause as much or more in Brie land or the Lone Lands. I fear we have not seen the last of Skorgrim Dourhand, which is true because we meet him again later in the story. We must send word to my captain. He will know what to do. But you must leave right away, Dourhand. Are you prepared? You're going to send me bloody off to the Prancing Pony, aren't you?
Would you do something for me?
Come here, Dourhand, and listen well. My captain, a ranger they call Strider, must be notified of the threat posed by Skorgrim. A shame you can't stay to enjoy our victory. Travel far to the east, a place that men call Brie Town. It is there you should seek out Balthelion Butterbur. He's the owner of a tavern called the Prancing Pony, where Strider has lodged in the past. If Strider is there, Balthelion can help you find him. If not, you can bed down for the night and you can continue your search in the morn. It is a long journey to Brieland, Dourhand. Do not tarry, for Skorgrim is on the march. So that concludes the prologue for the elves and dwarves, and then that sends you off to the Prancing Pony in Brie Town, where you can pick up Volume 1, Chapter 1. And if you were playing a man character and you were doing the story in and around Archer, you'd have your prologue on the eastern side of Brieland, and that would send you off to the same place in the Prancing Pony. And if you're a hobbit, you'll be doing some quests around the Shire, and then we'll see that soon when I do the Shire quests. And again, that will send you off to the Prancing Pony as well. And then from that point, all the races are doing the epic volume stories as you normally would. Right, so that is that then. We can ignore that prologue quest, because that's just a vector quest. We need the 5th gear, which is over to the east. We're going to have to run that one manually, and it is going to be some distance. So, we need to stay on top of the hill, not go down towards Celadon. So, let's go over here. Follow this around. Let's stick on the numlock just to auto-run. Where are we with the deeds? Lost Shore Hobbit, thank you so much for coming back. You're most welcome. So, keep going in that direction. So, class deeds. We need to change stances, so we can just do that even out of combat just by changing between dissonance, melody, and resonance. Enduring morale is using healing skills. So that in our case is going to be where have I put them? Raise the spirit and bolster courage. Other healing skills become available later on. Harmonious melody, use ballads or codas, so that's fine. We'll just be doing our bread and butters, our major, minor, and perfect ballads, and our coda skill. Herald's hammer is to use the sword strike. So our sword skill, which changes depending on our stance. Where is it? This one, Hero Strike, because we're in dissonance. Oh, hello. I think that's the chest we need. Many spiders. Right, grab that. Improved Herald Strike is again to use the same skill, so they both increase at the same time. Life Singer is using healing and motivation skills, so that's just any healing and buffing skills. Light in the Dark, use Minor Ballad, specifically that one. Use Your Cries, so that'll be our Call to Fae, our Call of Orome. Smooth Voice is using Piercing Cry. Unrelenting is just getting critical hits with Piercing Cry. So nothing elaborate that we have to go out of our way to spam, like reviving people and stuff. But yeah, when you're leveling up your class skills, normally it's a blue bar, and you can level it up a certain number of times a day. So if you hover over it, you can see what your current and maximum is. Most of them do cap out, and you can only increase it by 10% per day. So if, in this case, where this goes up to 1,000, 10% of that is 100, so we should be able to get 100 uses per day, and it resets with the daily reset overnight. Some of the skills that have less frequent ones might have a slightly higher limit. Rather than being 10%, it might just be a fixed number, like 5 times a day or something. But when they do hit their daily cap, the bar will go yellow like that. And it will say you've progressed as far as you can in this deed as you can for the day. And at that point, you're using that skill or doing the requirements to increase that is not going to work until the daily reset, in which case that will become a blue bar again. So that's just something to be aware of. Right, so bring the 5th gear back to this guy. Let's teleport back to Dourhand's Hall. Speak to this guy.
Well met, friend.
Wonderful. This is the last of the missing pieces. Everything should fit together now, I hope.
I would be grateful for your assistance.
Finally, it's working, I think. I'm going to have to stay here to care for this machine. You go open the vault. It's quite a distance away, on the other side of Dourhand's Hall. Here, to the north and up the stairs. The chains and cables run all through the walls. A real work of art. Make sure you get the order of the levers right, or you'll have to come back here so I can reset the gears. Perhaps those clues you found in the boxes will help with the order. Okay, so where have we got to go for that? Okay, so it's not going to show me on the map. I should have paid more attention. Across Dourhand's Hall to the north and up the stairs. So probably up there? Or is it actually on the stand underneath there? I can't remember. Let's have a wander. Should hopefully find some levers we can pull anyway. I feel like I've probably confused myself. Or is it maybe in the west wing and up the stairs? Oh no, there it is. There we go. Right. Okay. Moon, Jewel, Axe, Sun. Pull the vault levers in the right second. If you make a mistake, go back to Battle Redstone to reset the gears. Okay, so the clues are here. Found these clues etched in the faces of the gears. The axe bite deep before the first light of sun. So presumably axe before sun. Sun rises after the moon has set. So moon has got to be before sun as well. A jewel may be found in the light of the sun. Jewels are only found after much hard work. So jewel after axe. So moon, axe, gem, sun. Before or else the silvery light of the moon can be seen. So yeah, moon, axe, gem, sun sounds good. Moon, click. Axe. Click. Jewel. Oh, failed. No. Okay. Ah, no. So is it after work, as in after your day at work? Damn it. So it would be moon, axe, sun, gem. Right, let's try again.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Right, so moon is first. Axe is second. Sun is third. And jewels are last. There we go. And now we can open the vault. Click, 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 click. Crown of the mountain. It looks like a piece of coal. Nondescript chunk of metallic black rock. Yeah, it's a lump of coal, isn't it? We've been trolled the whole time. Bring the contents of the puzzle vault back to Babel Redstone. So, head back over here. And
Greetings, traveler.
This was in the vault. This? Bavor stares incredulously at the black rock. Amazing! Fantastic! Incredible! Listen, no one knew just what was sealed in that vault. This is one of the greatest of all the treasures of the dwarves. Oh, I know it doesn't look like much, but the story goes that Durin himself hewed this from Gundabad, the mountain where he first awoke. It's the first chunk of ore ever mined by the father of our line. This is the most ancient artifact of the dwarves and serves as a symbol of our heritage. You have unearthed quite a true treasure with all your hard work, and you deserve all our thanks. It's a lump of coal, isn't it? You're just trying to make excuses now. Completed. Known to Thorin's Hall. A new title has been bestowed upon you. You may now be known as Aurine, known to Thorin's Hall. And that looks like that is us done in Ered Luin. So we've got a little bit of a vector quest just to go to Brie town. To talk to the mayor and hand in or start the foreword. The foreword's just a vector quest to go and speak to Strider. But otherwise, that is it. We get our vector quest to go to Brie land because we hit level 18. We've got our prologue as well, which will take us there. But that is it. So let's go do the last step of our prologue. And we'll be wrapping up ever so slightly soon. So just shy of 3 hours that was. Oh, I went inside the bar. I can't actually get out. Let's go.
How can I be of service?
Who was that you were looking for? Oh, Strider, yes. Well, not that it's any of my business, but I wouldn't go near that ranger out of the wild. He's a strange one. Not that he can't tell a rousing tale when he's of a mind. Well, it's clear you've no mind to listen to me. Strider keeps to himself mostly. From the common room, turn left down the hall and keep on until you can go only right. Follow straight down that hall until you're at the foot of the stairs. Strider is in the room to the right of the stairs. Now I've got paying guests to attend to and no time to be chatting, if you know what that means. It's just that I'm busy. So we hand that in, and then that would be where we then pick up and do the Volume 1 Epic Story, which I've done earlier in the series. Other than that, we get our vector quests. We've got our foreword to talk to Strider, so we'll be able to hand that in at the same time. We get to go speak to Second Watcher Heathstraw in Brie, who's down south if I'm not mistaken. And our vector quest for the mayor, so let's just go hand those in. And then we're going to call it a day, I think. So hang on, no, second watcher Heath Straw's around here. Where are you? There you are. It's been a while. Oh, lag. So yeah, we can hand those in
What
there.
can I do for
Well
you?
met, traveller, your help is needed in Brie Town. We should speak more on the matter. And you've got other quests, but I'm
Would
not
you
picking
do
up all the Brie
something
quests
for
on
me?
this character. And our other one is the mayor, who is just south here in town, just in this kind of central region, inside the town hall. So we can wander in, speak to him. So yeah, regardless of which region you did as your starter region, whether it was Brie land itself, in which case you would be questing on the east side of Brie, doing the Mem prologue. If you were in the Shire, you'd be questing in the Shire, and then you'd go off to Brie land as well once you hit level 15. Or as we've done in this series, if you're an elf or a dwarf, you'd start in Ered Luin and also get sent off at 15. And the idea is once you're level 15, you go to Brie land, you do Brie town, you do like the western parts of Brie, and then like the Old Forest and the Barrow Downs, and then off you go to North Downs or Lone Lands, depending on whether where your preference takes you. So we'll hand that in.
Greetings.
From the Blue Mountains, you say? Well, friend, that must have been quite an adventure. Welcome to Brie. Hand that in, and that is pretty much our session done then. So head back outside. Lost Shy Hobbit says, thank you again for this and coming back. So happy you have. Looking forwards to the rest of the stroll to Mordor and beyond. So yeah, so with this then, I will end up divvying up this stream into various normal episodes. So I'll probably cut it down into 20-minute episodes or something, so those that weren't on the stream tonight can watch it. Those of you who have watched the stream from the beginning, you obviously don't need to rewatch those episodes. But stay tuned, because I will at some point, maybe at some point before New Year's or just after New Year's, sit down, maybe do some sessions to record the Shire, take a new character. Don't know what character yet. It will have to be someone who is low leveled. I might roll a brawler character and see how that goes. And then we'll play through the Shire quests, and you'll get to hear me rant about how much I hate delivering the mail and delivering the pies to the various towns around, and see how we go in there. And then that would be, having gone back to do Ered Luin and the Shire, which were the two that we'd skipped. We've done all of the regions that is in Eriador and technically part of Shadows of Angmar, and then elsewhere in the playthrough then. Obviously, we went down. We've done Dunland. We've done Isengard. So where we're at in this story is essentially beginning the Two Towers, really. So we would be going from Lothlorien, going down. We've done Southern Mirkwood as well. Would be off to Rohan. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going on the map. I hate navigating the new map. But essentially the Great River is this bit. I'm just trying to figure out how you get down there. There we go. So Great River would be the next region to go through. I don't know how much of the epic story there is before it arrives there. I think we did do that as part of Isengard. And gathering the rangers and all that, and they did head off and send word to Lothlorien. That's kind of where we need to go next in the epic story. But yeah, after the Shire, it will be a case of going to the Great River, then going on to Rohan, East Rohan, West Rohan, working our way down there. But I think Great River is probably going to be Lawmaster. I think that's the one class I haven't done yet. Not including the new Brawler, of course. So maybe knocking out those two classes, and then we can sort of mix and match and go back to other classes that have been played previously. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Those of you that have been watching live, and those that haven't been watching live, I hope you enjoy the comeback. There should be a good few episodes that can be divvied up out of this stream. So Hope you guys have enjoyed it. That will be all for now. So I hope you have a nice New Year's. Hope you've had a nice Christmas. And I look forward to seeing you guys live on another stream in the near future. It's been great interacting with you guys. So that's all for now, and I will see you guys next time.